very quiet.
Why? It's just that I find it difficult to talk to you and obey the last order at one and the same time.
You were quiet before then. Was it a shock?
It was what a shock.
You really are a very careful man. Find out that I'm a divorced woman with a child.
Oh, that.
Oh, that. Oh, that took 7 years of my life, and probably the best 7 years.
Now, that you can't possibly know. I mean, who's to say what the next 7 years will bring?
You still haven't answered my question. Did I shock you? Apart from the fact it's quite impossible to believe that anyone who looks as young as me could have a grown-up kid.
Yes, I admit that. That is quite impossible to believe. But that apart, no. No, you didn't shock me. Well, not in the way I think you mean, anyway. These things happen. I should know.
Yes, they do. At the time, I thought I didn't want it to happen to me. Well, not Philippa. I love her. I don't mean her. I think they want us out of here.
I think we could get another couple of drinks if we're quiet about it.
I'd rather have a coffee.
Oh, would you like to come back and have a coffee?
That did sound as though I was inviting myself, didn't it?
Yes, it did, and I'm delighted. I just got to nip into the centre first.
I'll come on one condition, that you let me buy Uncle Albert a drink. What does he like?
Oh, anything. I don't think you can tell the difference. Betty, could I have a light ale, please, huh?
I'll swap it for your glasses and some money. Good night, lovies. There you are.
There we are.
Thank you.
Thank you. And good night.
Good night. Good night, love. Good night.
Oh, you've been lucky.
Have you been in and out here all night?
I'm not too late, though, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, go on, give us a couple of bottles for Len.
I don't know, I don't save my breath. I've got a home to go to, you know.
Well, it can't be as pleasant as standing here chatting to me.
It's funny how everybody goes the same way sooner or later. I mean, you and Len. You're getting very like Hilda and Stan.
I shall pretend I never heard that.
Yeah, all right. I'll pretend I never said it. Come on, give us your money.
Even Blondie doesn't say things like that. Where is she, anyway?
You might well ask. Taken the night off, hasn't she? Kidded me she was going out with Reenie. She sloped off with that pal of Mike, what's it, you know, him across the road.
Oh, him.
Still, he looked all right, didn't he? Your type.
Oh?
Yeah, bit of a smoothie.
Oh, that's my type, is it? Oh, I must tell Len.
Oh, you know what I mean. Any road she's out there somewhere doing something she shouldn't, I shouldn't wonder.
I'll go there again if I must. I quite fancy that waiter.
You gave him enough to look at, didn't you?
Complaining, are you?
Oh, no, I never complain.
That's nice.
No need to. I always get what I want.
I'm not too sure about that.
Get out of it, daft devil.
I'm not too sure about you either.
You're safer with me than you would be in your own kitchen, love.
You don't know what happens to me in my own kitchen.
I can guess. See him? You get some idiots on the road at this time of night. Couple of pints and they're James Hunt.
You've had a few yourself.
Makes me better. At everything.
That I'll never know.
Oh, hello.
Sorry.
I went to sleep.
He never sleeps, you know. He thinks it's a sign of weakness.
I said I went to sleep. I've just that second closed my eyes.
I brought you a drink.
Oh.
Stay where you are. I'll get it. Coffee or tea?
Coffee, please.
Right.
You'll never guess where we've been.
Pictures?
Nope.
Well, you can't go to the theatre nowadays, can you? Because there aren't any. Well, hardly.
We've been to Rugby League at Weatherfield.
Rugby League, it's no fit place for a woman.
You wouldn't have said that if you'd been there.
No, but I've seen it on telly. There they stand in freezing cold, shouting their blooming heads off. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
I was shouting my blooming head off.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, what? Ken, this uncle of yours is insulting me.
Join the club, and he's no uncle of mine.
I have my marriage. And I weren't meaning you. I mean them daft women as go there regular. They're as bad as that lot that used to sit knitting with guillotine. They only go to see somebody half killed. They'll never do that because them players are best of pals.
You can't stand all this sissy stuff, can't Uncle Albert? There's nothing you'd like better than to see a leg come flying out of the scrum, unattached.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't get me there. Not unless I were took. I wouldn't mind going once, you know, just to see.
That's a date. The next time we go, you come with us.
Hey, do you hear that? Next time you go to rugby, I'm coming with you. Do you know, he never texts me anyway.
He's frightened of showing you up, that's what it is.
Oh, I'll show him up. I wouldn't do that.
I said he's frightened of showing you up.
Oh, hell, well, that's different, isn't it? You got your head through that right road, haven't you?
I'm not as daft as I look by any means.
Don't go so fast.
Good stretch of road, this. Keep your eyes open for the law.
Keep yours open, I'm going to sleep.
No stamina, you birds. God!
What's happened?
You're all right, love. I'll get you home. You're all right.
What's happened? We hit something.
It was only the curb. Don't worry, I'll get you home.
Here you are. I took these last time I were in Glasgow.
Very nice. They are grown up. Don't they sprout once they're in their teens, just like mine?
You what?
My daughter.
Well, I thought you weren't married.
I'm not. I'm divorced.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Someone's in a hurry.
Come on, bring her in here. Let's have a look.
Oh, Rini, do stop fussing.
Fussing? You can hardly stand up.
I'm all right, will you be told? It's just knocked me a bit sick, that's all.
Just get on bed and let's have a look at you.
How are you feeling now?
Let's look. Oh, I don't know, love. I think you should go to hospital and have it x-rayed.
She's all right. It's only a little bump.
Let me tell you, Mr. Whatever your name is, little bumps have a very nasty habit of turning into big trouble.
But there's nothing wrong with me. A couple of aspirins won't cure. And his name's George. This is Rini.
Hello, Rini.
Hello, George. How did it happen?
I hit the curb and she bumped her head on the windscreen, that's all.
I see. Oh, it's the pity the police didn't stop you. I can smell you from here.
I like your friend.
Oh, shut up, Rini. Look, George, go home. I'll see you tomorrow.
Look, she'll be all right.
She will now. Now, Fanny Flyby night. So, not so bad. Probably save you from a fate worse than death, eh?
Come in.
Wanted me?
Yeah, park yourself. Now, look, I want you to take care of George Livesey for me. Call him the first hurdle on your management training course. Show him anything he wants, the factory, Western Front, anything within reason. And use your love. Keep him away from the danger areas. Don't want any of those lamb-brained girls say anything stupid. I want him to have confidence in our labour force, right? And that means you. So brighten yourself up a bit, will you?
Yeah, I just don't want to get anything wrong.
You better not. This is one contract I want. He's got outlets all over the world, is this lad.
Right. Well, I'm wearing a tie.
Yeah, I noticed. Big improvement. Any questions?
Nope.
Right. Oh, hello, George. Just talking about you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, young Steve's going to show you around.
Oh, great.
Oh, give you a rough time last night, did you?
Well, you know how it is.
Both enjoy your little selves?
Yeah, a bit too much. I'm afraid we had a bit of a bump. Offside front wing, nothing much. If it needs anything doing, let me have the bill.
Rather have your order.
I reckon you've near enough got then. Come on, now.
Hello, Liz.
No bet yet.
She's in the back. Bet you wanted.
I don't want her. I were only asking. Oh, wouldn't he take no for an answer? I bumped my head on his wallet.
Hey, them's the kind I like.
And Ken, of course.
Hands off him, it's spoken for.
I know.
Brought her in our shop last night. Very nice, but,
But what?
Well, I always thought you liked 'em clever,
No.
like me.
Clever? So what's she got?
Here, I'm the one that insults my husband. Is it serious, Ken?
Look, if you think I'm lonely, why don't you do something about it yourself?
Right. When? How about tonight?
Behind the gasworks, you're on.
Good.
Right, just lock Len in the coal house and we'll be away then.
Hiya, love.
Read that.
What?
That's the way you came, wasn't it? Kingsway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a man was knocked down in Parswood about 11 o'clock. And you had your bump about 11 o'clock.
Well, it can't be us.
Oh, really? They said that a red saloon car drove away at speed and that the police want to interview the driver, along with witnesses who have knowledge of the incident.
Oh, Reen. What shall I do?
Oh, Lord, if I know.
So, you like the setup, yeah?
Yeah, a tiny bit small, maybe.
What do you mean? Half my London production's going over to your stuff as well, you know.
Well, do you reckon that's enough?
Look, when I don't deliver, you start shouting.
I haven't said yes yet.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Baldwin. But Bet Lynch, the lady across the road, said, would you mind coming over to see her? It's urgent, she said.
Aye, aye.
I'll be there.
Well, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Nothing I can't handle.
Yes, Albert.
Half a bitter.
Please?
Please what?
Half a bitter.
That's what I said.
I hear you've been doing a little bit of matchmaking with your Ken and that Gropadis girl. Couldn't do anything for me, could you? Oh, come on, Albert. For goodness sake, book your ideas up. A smile costs nought.
When I've got something to smile about, I'll smile.
Sure, that fella, one of these days.
Just a minute, love. You better go through there. I'd rather be private. Well, sit down. I think you better read that. Well,
So? They don't know who it was.
do you?
Yes, it was us.
You, not us.
All right, me then.
So what are you going to do about it? You've seen what it says there.
Yeah, no, I see.
So what are you going to do about it?
What do you think I'm going to do about it? Nothing.
Well, I'm going to the police.
No, you're not. Because you don't know the whole story. Now, I shouldn't have been driving that car last night because I lost my license 6 months ago for drunken driving. Now, where do you think that leaves me?
You should have thought about that.
We all should have thought about that. Okay, you didn't know I was short of a license, but you knew I was driving. You knew I was getting tanked up. But that didn't matter because you were enjoying yourself. And as soon as something happens, it's different.
I told you to slow down.
Oh, yes. That's not all you told me. You told me you were having a great time. You told me thanks. You threw your arms around me and gave me a great big kiss when I was driving down a dual carriageway at 50 miles an hour. Look, I'll make it worth your while.
Oh, no, you won't.
Now, listen. Let's go and have a chat with Mike. He's involved because it's his car. Now, let's see what he says before we do anything daft, all right?
All right.
Betty. Yes, love.
I'm nipping out for a minute.
Yes, John.
Oh, hello. Is young Fish in there? Oh, Steve, look, the factory inspector's coming this afternoon. Mason, so... What? Well, why didn't you tell me he was there? No, OK. No, keep looking after him. Look, if he wants me, tell him I'm here, all right? Yeah, OK. Where's the file?
Read that.
Sir?
Tell him.
What is there to say?
It's you?
Yeah.
In my car?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you stop?
Come on, Mike, you know the story.
Did you know that he'd lost his license when you lent him that car?
No, I didn't. I know he'd been in trouble with the law, but I didn't know he's lost his license. You're in trouble, mate. Real trouble.
Not by myself.
Oh?
Well, like you said, your car.
Oh, I see. And as I'm the registered owner of the vehicle, it's up to me to report all accidents, but I didn't. Is that it?
Well, I hadn't thought of that, but you are involved.
Oh?
I thought maybe you could help talk some sense into this one.
Go on.
Have you seen the car?
Yeah.
Any marks?
Small dent, front wing.
Yeah, very small. So it's 1,000 to 1 against us getting copped for it.
Oh, no, mate. Against you getting copped.
All right, then. Me. Tell her.
I don't feel like telling her, George. I feel like telling you, and the message is this. If you don't go to the police, you're a mug, because they may find out. And if they don't find out, she may tell them. Or I might.
If you tell her, Mike, you'll be the mug. Because I've got a contract on that table to keep your factory on its feet. Now, what do you think's going to happen to that? And do you realise how many of your pals you'll be chucking out of a job?
Sorry, but Mr. Mason's down at workroom with Elsie. Says, can he have a word?
Yeah. I'll be back.
He'll see reason.
You, Uncle Albert, can change mood faster than the speed of light. Usually from bad temper to worse.
I learn things, don't I?
You hear things, you learn nothing. I mean, what have you heard now except that Sally's a divorced woman with a kid? Well, come on. I mean, you made it plain enough. You're all over the girl until she told you that, and then you suddenly switch yourself off like a flaming electric light. I mean, what does it make of, for heaven's sake, apart from a divorced woman?
She's not for you.
And why not? Look, I'm not saying she is for me. I mean, I've only known the woman for 5 minutes. But why does being divorced make her not a suitable partner for your nephew-in-law?
Because you can't trust him. Look at Elsie Tally. You might just as well marry her.
No intention of marrying Elsie, whose name happens to be Howard.
Well, there you are. They can't keep the name for 5 minutes together.
Uncle Albert, Elsie was not born divorced.
Near enough.
Listen.
Now, I want...
Now, look, will you just listen? If it's yourself you're thinking of...
Who said
will you just shut up for 2 minutes? Now, I can see your problem. If I were to marry an unencumbered female, then she could come in here and look after the two of us. But one who's got a kid isn't... Look, what have you got me saying, for heaven's sake? I'm not going to marry the girl.
No, but is she going to marry you?
Oh, come on.
Now, look, will you listen for a minute? And don't go saying that I want her here to look after me, not when she's hanging about. Because if anybody's looking for a billet, it's her. It's not myself I'm thinking about. It's you.
You want some more pudding?
I'm glad you've seen some sense.
Worst things happen at sea, you know.
Do they?
Oh, come on. You were all over me last night.
That was before I knew you.
You're marvellous, you women, aren't you? Showing everything you got one day and joining the Sally Army the next. Look, just suppose it had been your friend Mike. What do you reckon he'd have done?
Ask him.
Ask me what?
Made up your mind, then?
Yeah, I made up my mind. You find the number you want in there under the heading police.
And suppose I don't bother
Now you
looking.
listen.
Look, Mike, that guy's on the danger
Now you
list.
listen to me. The one thing I found out about that Ernie business was that some coppers can do their job. They just might find out. And if they do, I'm in it up to here because it was my car. Remember? So no ifs, no buts. You tell them or I do. And I've a feeling they'd rather hear it coming from you. The number you want is 2222.
You sure this is the way you want it? Hello? Hello. My name's George Livesey. I'd like to talk to somebody about an accident last night. The one on Kingsway at East Didsbury. Fella got run over. Yeah. Yeah, I can come down there. No, not far. I'm at the denim factory in Coronation Street. Yeah. No, I can find it. Who do I ask for? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, all right. You know, you're a very lucky young lady. I'll not be involving you in this because I'm in enough trouble without my wife finding out you were in the car with me. But you, Mike, you ain't so lucky. You can kiss your contract goodbye.
Great, great. And while I'm at it, you can kiss your wife goodbye.
You're going to get that contract, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. If he's got the sense, I think he has.
It's 5 o'clock if you're getting ready.
Okay, love.
Are you all right?
Yeah, fine.
Still keeping it to yourself?
There's not much to tell. I mean, you knew all fellas were rotters, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
So, all fellas are rotters, now it's changed.
I told her you should have gone with me.
Aye. We never learn, do we?
No, we don't, and that's a fact.
God help us if we do. Life would be damn boring.
Come in. You can't go past the door without popping in.
Well, if the kettle's on.
Earring, the kettle's not on by any chance, is it? We have a visitor.
No, I didn't put it on. Hello.
Hello. He doesn't like me anymore.
He's just a silly old man, best ignored. Would you like a cup of tea?
No, I better get home. Philippa will be waiting.
Sit down. Just for a minute. Look, he's,
I know what it is. I'm divorced with a kid. I'm not the good fairy anymore.
You're a very perceptive lady.
Not perceptive enough, or I wouldn't be divorced with a kid.
No.
Ken, I had better go.
Look, it's not that he's stupidly biased or anything like that.
I know that, too. He's worried about what might happen to you. If the wicked fairy, who was once the good fairy, waves her wand over you.
You really are very perceptive.
It doesn't seem to do me much good. Look, I don't want us to get too serious. It would be silly if we
Yeah, I
lied.
agree. I agree. That's exactly what I feel. I feel exactly the same way. But I think it would be equally silly if we let an old man's stupidity spoil something that's, well, rather nice.
It is, isn't it?
It certainly is. So now you're going to change your mind about that cup of tea.
All right.
But you don't really think Ken will dip his toe in again, do you? I mean, not after that last little lot. Didn't exactly end in roses, did it?
What's that got to do with it? I mean, some people make the same mistakes all through their lives.
Oh, she knows, she knows.
Yeah, well, us as watch do, them as make mistakes don't.
Meaning?
If the cap fits.
Get out, you cheeky monkey.
Oh, I don't mean you. I mean take Bet.
Nah, you take her.
Not likely. Ooh, there's something going off now, you know. I don't know what it is, but I don't like the look of it.
You mean with this Mike Baldwin's mate?
Yeah, something up.
Never straightforward with fellas, is it? I mean, you and me can stand here happily insulting each other for days on end, but you tangle with the fella and something always goes wrong, doesn't it? Cab him? Sorry? Oh, no, love. No, she's not. Can I take a message for her? Well, can I get her to ring you? Oh, that's good. No, it's no trouble at all, love. Hey, and listen, you take care of yourself. Right. See ya. Bye, love. Bye. Hey, dear.
What's the matter?
You know, we shouldn't talk about fellas the way we do. At least I shouldn't, anyway.
Is it Emily?
Yeah. She's coming back tomorrow. She's after Mavis.
How does she sound?
Not like the Emily we know.
Gail? Susie? Susie? Susie, come here a minute.
What's the matter, Elsie? Are you ill?
Shh, shh, just a minute, listen.
What are we listening for? What is it?
That's what I'd like to know.
Gail?
What?
Come here.
Why?
Never mind why. What the heck is it?
You tell me.
What's going on? It's only 5 o'clock.
Shh, shh, just a minute, listen.
It's not a mouse, is it? I can't stand mice.
Well, if it is, there's more than one of them and they've all got clogs on.
More like a rat.
A rat? It can't get out, can it? There's a loft door up there.
Oh, don't worry about that. That's not been open since our dentist was here. Besides, you're not getting out I'm worried about is how they got in.
It's funny we've not heard them before, isn't it? Hey, they can eat through anything, can rats, you know? I saw a
wish
film
you'd
on
shut
telly.
up. Shh. I think they've stopped. I reckon they've gone.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, unless it creeps out this big hole here. Which big hole? Where? Oh, come on, get to bed, the pair of you.
Still wish we knew where it was.
Yes, well, as it's gone now, I don't suppose we'll ever find out.
You were saying?
Stan? Hey, Stan! Stan! There's something going on. Something going on next door. Can't you hear?
Can I hear what?
Noises!
Oh, put that flaming light out.
I want to listen.
What to?
What's going on?
It'll be somebody in Cludgy or making tea or something. Come on back to bed. It's the middle of the night.
I can hear them girls and all. Oh, it's not right, you know, Stan. They've got no consideration.
Come on back to bed.
I think you should go, seeing as you've got your socks on.
Go where?
Next door to complain.
Have you gone round the flipping bend?
Now, there you are. What did I say? I'll bet they're doing it on purpose. Stanley! There's some folks as wants to sleep, you know.
I wish she'd shut up. She'll not till you tell her.
Get lost! We're trying to get some sleep in here, Hilda!
Look, I know I'm a bit dim and all that, but why, would you tell me, why did we have to move the bed?
Well, you're not so near that cockloft door now, are you?
Well, what difference is that going to make?
Well...
I'll find she can't think.
Well, I wouldn't like to sleep under it, I know that.
Well, now, if you don't mind, and it makes no difference to you, do you mind if we move it back again, please? Oh, take the notice of her. That's it, just a couple of inches, that's fine.
I don't know how you can be so calm about it, Elsie. Where's she gone?
Search me. Now, if you don't mind...
Well, I shan't sleep another wink, I know that. And I'm certainly not turning the light out. What's the joke?
Well, whatever they are, they're running about all over our ceiling now.
Oh, you're having me on?
I'm not.
What are we going to do?
Nout until morning.
You're not going back to sleep.
Well, what do you expect me to do? Investigate whatever's up there. It can wait till morning. And now, ladies, good night and sweet dreams.
Come on, kid.
Are you sure you'll be all right, Elsie?
Do you mean you or me?
Elsie.
I'm asleep.
How poorly is she then?
Well, Irene said it weren't serious, but you can't ignore a cry for help from your own mother, can you?
No.
She said she'd be back as soon as she can.
Well, she's lucky she got you to stand in at such short notice, isn't she?
Well, Rita didn't exactly jump for joy.
Oh, she'd understand. She'd know that Rennie would want to keep the shop up, wouldn't she? Well, she's like that, is Rita.
Well, actually, she said if Rennie weren't back in a few days, shop could fall down for all she cared.
Oh, she'll have just got out at the wrong side of bed this morning. Morning, Deirdre.
What are you doing here?
She's standing in while Rennie's mum's poorly.
Oh, isn't that nice of Rita?
Just what I said.
Look, it's me that's standing here, Deirdre, not Rita.
Yeah, but Rita's stuck on her own in cabin, isn't she?
Oh, she'll manage. She's one in a million, Rita.
Yeah. Have we said something?
Oh, no, it's just that I never seem to get the credit for anything, and it can be very wearing. Oh, it don't matter. What do you want?
Oh, just a few things for Emily Bishop. Keep her stocked up for a day or two. Save her going out, you know.
Emily Bishop, she back then?
Yep, sometime today. I'm not sure which train, though.
Oh, how is she then?
Well, I don't know, but she must be all right. I mean, her sister won't let her travel on her own if she weren't fit.
So, actually, I spoke to her on the phone yesterday, and, well, I mean, she seemed obviously cheerful, isn't the right word, but bright.
Do you know, it was ever so funny going in that house this morning. Bright, spooky, you know. God knows how she'll feel.
She'll not find it easy. Folk tell you to go away for a bit, but you still got to come back, haven't you? I know I went to my brother's for a week, but I remember going back to that empty house. It made it seem real for the first time. Even the funeral didn't seem real. It seemed as if we were all acting. I shall be glad when today's over and done with.
Do you know, I've never heard him talk about his wife before.
I know what he means.
Which is it, then?
Hey?
Dripping or jam?
I said dripping half an hour ago.
Just testing. Thought you might have nodded off again.
I said toast. I wanted toast.
Well, you can make it yourself. If you can't shift yourself before this, you can go without. I'll give you a shout at 7:30.
You get waking me up. You're waking me up all flaming night.
I did. Huh. What about them next door? All that banging and giggling and shuffling.
I heard no shuffling. Give us some more, will you?
There's none left.
You know I'm thirsty for a bad night.
Well, don't blame me. Blame Elsie Howard.
If you hadn't woke me up, I'd have heard nout.
No, and you'd have said nout neither, would you? I know you.
Look, there's no worth fretting about.
Oh, I see.
So when she comes round here to apologise, you're going to tell her she needn't have bothered, is that it?
Why should she come round here?
Because if she doesn't, there's going to be trouble, that's why. There's a law against folk what keep other folk awake half the night, you know. It's called creating a nuisance.
Hey, this dripping's funny.
We'll have a good laugh and count your blessings.
You're in a good mood this morning, aren't you?
Do you wonder, with what I have to put up with?
I keep telling you, I haven't got time, Susie.
Well, just let him have a look.
He'll have to wait till tonight. Now, where have I put my flaming purse? I had it.
Oh, it's on there.
Oh, so it is, Tar. Now, look.
Too late, darling. I'm here. All yours, there and now.
Just passing, he says he doesn't mind.
Hey, what's all this then? Oh, very nice.
Give it to you.
I used to have dreams about things like that, you know. There I was, standing in the street, minding my own business, when all of a sudden I was dragged protesting up to somebody's bedroom.
Eddie, I've got 30 seconds flat before I get my cards. Now, look, we've got something in the loft. Will you get up there and have a deco, please?
Hey, careful, these steps don't seem very safe.
Oh, now she tells me. How long is it since you've had this open?
Oh, heaven knows. Eddie, for God's sake.
It's all right, only bounce if he falls.
I heard that, you.
Suppose it is rats. Can you see anything, Eddie? How can he see up there? He hasn't taken a torch.
Well, come on, don't keep us in suspense.
Well, it takes a time before you can see anything here. Oh, hang on, yeah. At a rough guess, I'd say there's about half a dozen of them, all huddled together.
Half a dozen what?
Pigeons.
Pigeons?
Pigeons?
Come here, you little blue so-and-sos.
Sorry, I didn't see you coming. Did you get a taxi? Only it were raining earlier and I didn't know whether to phone your sister, find out what train you were coming on.
Yes, I did have a taxi, as a matter of fact.
Well, it saves a lot of messing about, doesn't it?
Yes. Everything looks lovely, thank you.
Well, there weren't really a lot to do. Anyway, I'll get rid of this. I've nearly finished any road.
These are especially lovely.
There's not really much choice at this time of year, though. Are you warm enough?
Yes, I'm fine.
Was the train crowded?
Sorry?
The train. Did you have a good journey?
Oh, yes, yes. I said I'd ring Nora as soon as I got in. She's been absolutely marvellous, you know.
Oh, it must be smashing having a sister. Oh, what am I thinking about? You must be dying for a cup of tea. I'll go and put kettle
Well,
on.
I can do it.
Stay where you are. Oh, those have been coming ever since you went away.
Oh, what a lot. Just look at them.
You don't have to open them, love, if you don't feel up to it.
No.
Kettle will be ready soon.
I really didn't want to wake up this morning. But I knew I got to face up to it sometime. I'm such a coward, Deirdre.
You a coward? That'll be the day.
Meeting people for the first time after...
You'll be all right.
Where's Tracy?
Oh, I didn't bring her. I mean, she's into everything these days. No, she's round at yard with Ray. She loves that. I'll pick her up later. Hey, look, if you want me to start with you, Ray can give her a dinner and all that.
Oh, no, it's all right, really. I shall have to get used to it. Shan't I?
Yeah. I'll just go and see how Kettle's doing. Oh, I've made you a little plate meat pie for your lunch, and there's some baked apple after. And you've plenty of stuffing, so you'll not need to bother going out for a day or two.
You're very kind.
It was the least I could do, love.
There's about 6 inches of muck and rubber up there for a start, love.
Oh, aye, yes. Well, I haven't vacuum cleaned for a couple of days up there. Well, come on. What did you find out? How did them pigeons get in?
Easy, there's a slate missing.
How big's the hole?
Big enough, obviously, and they're not flipping house trained either.
It's just one slate, is it?
Well, you can always find a few more when you start looking round. Yeah. There's a few slipping up there.
Tit marvellous. Just when you think you've got a month free of flaming bills, that...
Keep your flipping hair on. It's not your problem, is it?
Well, I can hardly see Gail and Susie breaking into the piggy bank, can you?
I said it's not your problem, it's Hilda Ogden's.
Hilda's?
Yeah, the slate's missing an air part, you see. There's no dividing wall between the two, so they're able to come right through here, you see.
Well, what are they doing in my loft? I mean, on my side of it.
Must be warmer over yours than it is over the Oggies.
Oh, I see. And because the hole is in Hilda's part of the roof, it's her responsibility.
Will you tell her or shall I?
Oh, I wouldn't put you to that trouble, love.
I thought you might say that. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, I intend to. Bye. Believe me, I intend to. Why should I apologise to you?
Well, you woke Stan up and all, you know. We never closed his eyes all night.
Oh, come on, Hilda.
And shifting your furniture round. Oh, aye, we heard you. Spring cleaning was you 5 o'clock in the morning.
I never shifted it. Ah, yes, I beg your pardon. The girls moved the bed 2 inches.
Love 30.
Well, there's such a thing as being a good neighbour, you know, not making a nuisance.
Oh, yes, I'm glad you've heard of that, Hilda, because it comes in useful when you've heard of it. It saves a lot of time and trouble later on.
What are you on about?
I'm on about your pigeons.
My what?
You know what pigeons are, don't you, love? They got wings and feathers.
Pigeons? We've never had no pigeons.
Well, you have now. 6, to be precise.
They came in through a hole in the roof. There's a slate missing.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, it serves you right, doesn't it? I mean, if folk don't look after things proper, these things do happen, don't they?
Yes, that's very true, Hilda. That's exactly what Len said when he found the hole in your part of the roof.
Huh?
Yeah, the hole's in your part, but they prefer Elsie's loft.
Yeah, got very good taste, have pigeons.
I don't believe it.
Well, if you don't get the stepladders and go and have a shufty.
It'll only cost a couple of quid, did you say, Len, to repair it?
Oh, I'll do it very reasonable for you, love.
Well, you don't think me and Stan's going to foot the bill, do you?
Oh, well, it's your slate, innit?
Now, Luke, we've never heard no pigeons. They don't bother us. So as far as I'm concerned, that all can stop there. And if you think you're going to pull a fast one on me and Stan, you've got another thing coming.
Game, set and match for Hilda, I think, don't you?
Yes, but she hasn't heard the last of it yet. Oh.
I thought as I was getting one myself, because Rita said she'd cancelled yours, you know, while you were away, like.
That's very kind.
Well, I think nothing of it. Mind you, by the time you get to the back page these days, you don't feel much better off, do you? Still, past 5 minutes, I suppose.
Oh, sorry, do sit down.
No, I won't stop, love. All right, are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
Look, Emily, if there's anything I can do, you'll give us a shout, won't you?
Thank you.
Don't hesitate. Pop into the Rovers any time. If I'm not there, bet you take a message. You've got another visitor.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Walker. I'm just off back. Don't forget, Emily, any time.
He's brought me an evening paper.
Emily, dear, how are you?
Everyone's being so kind. They really are.
What did you expect? I was afraid I might be interrupting your tea time.
Well, the day's been a bit disorganised.
I don't think it's too early for a little glass of sherry, do you?
No, but I'm not sure that
Now, you sit down. Where do you keep your glasses?
No, really, I can do it.
Do as you're told.
In the sideboard.
You look a little exhausted, if you don't mind my saying so, dear. Tell me, are you sleeping?
Not very well, no.
Could get something from the doctor, you know. I do.
I want to manage on my own, without tablets and things.
Can't manage without sleep, Emily. Nobody knows that better than I do. I've been a martyr to insomnia. Anyhow, drink your sherry. It's my best, a glass of Spanish sunshine. Goodness, what a lot of post. Cards, I suppose.
Yes.
Ernest had such a lot of friends, hadn't he?
You know, you're the first person who's mentioned his name today. It's as if everybody's been deliberately avoiding it. And I don't mind hearing it.
Mustn't be too hard on them. People don't know quite what to say.
Does it get any better, Mrs. Walker? I mean, shall I go on feeling like this?
Now, you probably won't believe me, not just at this moment, but yes, it does get better. Really, time does heal.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Do you know, you look like I feel. Oh, make us a cup of tea, will you?
Yeah, okay. Ah, ain't she smashing?
Have they gone then?
I take it you're referring to our little feathered friends?
Yeah, have we got rid?
Well, not exactly, no.
Why, haven't you seen Len?
Well, yes, he came round at dinner time. It appears there's a slate off the roof.
Well, that's right, we'll get the slate book back on again.
Yeah. Well, it's not as simple as that, you see.
Is there a snag then?
Well, you might say that, yes. You see, the hole is in Ildrogden side of the roof.
So?
So, she refuses to do out about it.
Does that mean we got to spend another night with them things scottering around?
Well, yes, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't think I like that, Elsie. No, neither do I. Where's she going?
Search me.
I've got an idea. Supposing we put corn over the hoggies part of the roof, then maybe the birds... No.
What the? Susie! Susie, what are you doing?
Wait for me.
Susie! What are you doing?
Oh, flaming thing.
What are you doing?
I'm going to put that paper in that and that tray in this hole if I can get this thing open properly. I've broken 2 nails already.
Oh, don't be so daft. Come down here this
Careful,
minute.
Susie. Steps are wobbly.
You'll break your neck.
Do you know we had a loft like this at home? Me and my cousin used to build a den in ours. Oh, isn't it dark up here? Oh, you soft things. I'm not going to hurt you.
Will you come down and do as you're told?
Will you stop nattering and give me a shove? You'll not stop her, Elsie.
Right, it'll just be 5 minutes, love. Fancy not having it at dinner time. Still, there's no harm done.
I wasn't really up to it.
You did have something, though, didn't you?
Coffee, I think.
Oh, heck, I can see I'm going to have to keep my eye on you.
There was no need for you to come back, really.
Ray didn't mind. Was your bath hot?
Yes, lovely. Look, I can manage my meal perfectly well.
It's no trouble, will you be told?
I'm sorry, Deirdre, but I'd rather get my own meal. I'm not an invalid, you know. I'll be all right, really.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm very grateful for everything you've done today.
It's all right, love. If that's what you want. I'll see you tomorrow. Right then. I'll be off. See you.
No, not at all.
Well, I'm sorry I haven't been before, but I've been stuck in the shop. The corner shop, that is. I'm looking after it for Rena because her mother's been taken ill again.
I am sorry.
Oh, well, she's not too bad, I don't think. Well, it's nice and cosy in here.
Yes.
Look, don't let me keep you from your meal.
Oh, no, that's
no,
all
you
right.
just
Maybe...
carry on because something smells good.
Miss Deirdre made me a pie. Maybe... Are you going somewhere? The case?
Only here. Now, it's all organised, Emily. Rita knows I'm staying, and I've told her it might be for a few days. Oh, I say that pie smells if it might be burning. I'll go and see it for you, shall
But
I?
Mavis...
No, you just sit down and relax. Like I say, it's all organised. I'm afraid I'll have to go back to the shop. The licence inside of it, you know, but only for about an hour.
What is it?
Well, it's not pigeons, is it? Unless they're taken to wearing clogs.
Well, it's in the loft.
Oh, well, I know that clothhead. What can it be, though?
Maybe it's Elsie Howard.
What, up there? Oh!
Hey, that's not Elsie Tanner's leg. It's too young.
Never mind about the flaming leg. Have you seen the mess it's made?
miss. What more do you want?
Some flaming room.
Yeah, I must confess you don't get deco like that in the Midland Hotel bedrooms, do you?
When were you last in a Midland Hotel bedroom?
I refuse to answer that on the grounds it would definitely make you jealous.
I wish I'd have had this in my hand when she shoved a long-handled broom through the ceiling. I'd have chucked it at her that fast.
You'd have made a bigger mess.
I still don't know why you didn't go straight round there.
I just possibly might have murdered her.
Hilda Ogden's a nutcase, has to be. Who else would go poking holes in people's ceilings?
It's Stan I feel sorry for. Fancy being married to her all these years.
Yeah, all right. Well, while you're feeling sorry for Stan, I'm nearly dying here quietly with lumbago, not to mention sciatica.
Oh, there's not that much of a draft coming through.
Oh, no. Well, in that case, tonight you can sleep in here and I'll sleep in your bedroom.
No, Tal.
It's not the draft she's frightened of. It's pigeons.
Now, look, the way I've stuck that brown paper on there, no pigeon could possibly fall through. It is 3 sheets thick.
I don't care how thick it is. I shan't sleep a wink until it's properly plastered over.
All you've got to do is call Lenin.
That is not all I've got to do. I've got to find out how much it costs and who's going to pay for it.
Oh, she is. Obviously, she did it.
Well, you go round there and try telling her that.
She did. She did it deliberate. I mean, she can hardly crack on. She felt like a stroll round the loft. No, Hilda's got to pay. It's only common sense.
That woman and common sense are total strangers, always have been.
You're not going to let her get away with it.
Look, she's got a hole in her ceiling and she says it's our fault and we ought to pay for it, due to big-footed Flossie here.
Oh, no, that was an accident. I was trying to get rid of the pigeons.
She says it's your fault. In that case, you've got to pay for it.
Yeah, well, that's her fault and she should pay for it.
Well, then that's 50-50, isn't it? So, all right, she pays for the hole in her ceiling and we pay for the hole in mine.
We?
We.
I won't say it were the best moment in my life, but it's among them I shall remember with pleasure when I'm old and grey.
We're proud of you, Mrs. O. We both are, aren't we, Stanley?
I'm not proud of having a vandal for a missus.
Stanley, what your missus did last night was a legitimate act of retaliation against unprovoked aggression, and no court in the land will say different. Shall I do you a piece of toast while I'm doing mine?
I don't remember inviting you to have any toast.
You didn't, but I'll forget the oversight under the circumstances.
It's only an ordinary candle wick, you know, Chuck.
What is?
Elsie Hard's bedspread. Same as anybody might have. Tattier, in fact.
I wish she hadn't done it.
Oh, aye, well, you would, wouldn't you? I mean, that's typical. You let folk walk all over you and then thank them for the privilege.
Well, it wasn't needed. It's only made things worse.
Well, now it's happened, has it? She's not come marching in here waving a tomahawk, has she?
So far, she hasn't.
No, and she won't. Anyhow, don't worry, Stan. If she does, I'll protect you. Oh, do you know, I hate to admit it after all these years, but I married a weak man.
No telling how far you'd have got with a strong one.
I may not have the education, but I have got the character. I could have been the makings of the right man, you know. Still, you don't always the right man, do you, when you're a bit of a kid and you fancy you're in love? Oh, not that I don't love Stan, mind. Well, I must do to have stood him all these years, but, well, it doesn't make me blind to his faults.
Do you know what you've got? You have got guts.
Do you reckon?
Well, you must have, to do what you did last night. I mean, what else would you call it?
Balmy. That's what a lot of folk will call it, you know. They'll say I was just stirring up trouble for trouble's sake. But it wasn't like that, Eddie. I mean, you can take just so much, can't you? And then all of a sudden you've had a bellyful. You've just got to fight back. You have to make a stand sometimes in this world, don't you?
Of course you have.
Yeah, well, that's all I were doing, making a stand. Just letting them see they can't treat me like dirt and get away with it. Matter of pride, you see.
Do you know that could have been me talking then?
Of course, it won't come out looking like that, will it? It'll just come out like Hilda Ogden making a fool of herself. Again.
You thumb your nose up at them. You're as good as they are any day.
Do you really think so?
Of course I do.
What's she like? I've told you. Pleasant. Well, anybody can be described as pleasant, even you on occasion.
Listen, when it comes to describing me, I am known as the red-headed, pocket-sized Venus with the flashing hazel eyes.
Who describes you like that?
I do.
Well, with an imagination like that, I'm surprised you can't come up with something better than pleasant.
I hardly know the lady. What do you want, blood?
Oh, information.
Why are you so interested, anyway?
Well, I'm interested because I happen to like Ken.
And I have a great deal of respect for him, so naturally I want to know about anybody he's involved with.
Well, she's a chiropodist.
Well, that doesn't tell me what she looks like.
She's younger than you.
That means that she's younger than you as well.
I'm not in competition, though.
Look, why do you have to drag everything down to a personal level?
It's much more fun that way. You won't try it.
Do you think he's serious?
Oh, I don't know. Probably having a bit of a fling. And about time, too. Live like a flaming monk long, you know.
How do you know?
A little thing called feminine intuition. And if there's one thing I am, it's feminine.
You know, I'm surprised at her. According to all reports, she used to be a right tartar.
A day for sorting out your financial affairs. Not a good day for travel. Last, I'll have to put off that trip to Saint-Tropez.
Who? Our esteemed landlady up there skiving the morning off.
She's not skiving. She's just going half an hour late. Mike won't mind.
He doesn't have to, does he? He's only the boss. That's another thing that puzzles me. She does exactly she likes with everybody else, including us, but she doesn't say a dicky bird to that old bat next door.
Well, maybe she fancies a quiet life. You can't blame her at her age. Why is it bothering you, anyway? It's her ceiling.
Because, my flower, we are the ones who've got to share the cost of repairing the flaming thing, and that ceiling is not going to cost pennies to repair. Now, if you want to fork out for it, I don't. I've got better things to do with my money.
Well, what do you want Elsie to do? Put a bomb through Hilda's letterbox?
Well, I should do something. Or somebody should.
Hey, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Have you seen her again?
Yes, tonight, as a matter of fact.
Oh, another rugby match?
Tenpin bowling, actually.
Oh.
Yes. Or wrestling, or perhaps scuba diving.
Oh, he's pulling your leg, and it serves you right.
Well, I were only taking an interest in the lad.
Yeah, I know, a motherly interest.
Hey, watch it, Barlow, or you might not grow up to be a fella.
Oh.
Bye.
Hello.
He seems very pleased with himself, doesn't he? And he obviously likes you.
For now.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, it won't last. Never does with him.
That's ridiculous. He's been married twice.
Yes, but the second one didn't exactly last the course, did it?
No, but the first one did. I mean, from what I hear, it was very happy.
And anyone who comes into his life has to measure up to that now. And I don't think they can.
Are you trying to say that he's living in the past?
Well, as far as women are concerned, I think he is. I think he feels safer there.
Excuse me. Do you sell anything in this shop or just give psychology lessons?
I'm sorry, what do you want?
A Valentine card.
Up there they are.
Oh, is it for anybody special?
Your husband.
Definitely not mine, but somebody's, I'll bet.
You know, you could be right.
There you are, darling. Not a pigeon in sight.
Yeah, well, how about where they got in?
Well, I filled that all up there. They won't peck their way through there again.
Yeah, but what about that lot up there?
Yeah.
Well, what's the joke?
Did she really poke her sweeping brush through there?
She did, and it wasn't that funny.
I think it's hilarious. The silly madam. She must be off her marbles, you know. Mind you, married to Oggy. I'm not surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
That is not the point. The point is, how soon can you mend it, and how much will it cost?
Well, I can get on with it whenever you like. And you won't come out under much less than 25 quid. Sorry.
You're sorry.
Can I leave a message? Would you tell Ken I'm sorry I can't make this evening? My babysitter's let me down. My daughter would kill me if she heard me say that. At 12, they think they're very grown up, don't they? Well, you must know that with the twins.
All right, I'll tell him.
How are your feet?
All right.
That makes a change. Mr. Tatlock, what's the matter? Aren't we friends anymore?
I've not fallen out. I've fallen out with nobody.
Well, it's just that only a few days ago you were constantly asking me to call and
Yes, to see me feet, and now you've fixed them.
inviting me to tea and being generally very nice to me.
I'm no different to what I've always been.
Is it because I'm divorced? Mr. Tatlock?
You might have mentioned it.
I don't see why. There's no law says it should be printed on my forehead.
Like you know you were single.
I didn't. You assumed it.
You never said out about being married.
Well, I wasn't trying to hide it, honestly. What have you got against divorce?
No,
Oh, come on now. I think you have.
it's too easy, isn't it? Marriage has got naught to do with being divorced. It's a matter of sticking together through thick and thin. Divorce isn't a... Oh, well, anyhow, it's your own business. Live your life as you want to. It's got naught to do with me.
Divorce isn't a what, Mr. Tatlock?
It isn't a good advertisement for anybody.
I was the innocent party. And if you're interested, I've not fallen out with you. Please give Ken my message. Bye.
Oh, see what that is, will you, Eddie? Expect it'll be an offer to have a shower unit installed or coupons for somewhat I never buy. Oh, and if it's a bill, keep it for Stan and give it to him when he comes in.
It's his fault, Stan. Mr. S. Ogden, Esquire. Feels like a card. It's not his birthday, is it?
Well, not unless he's taken to having a second one like the Queen.
But you can't do that.
Why not?
That's tampering with Her Majesty's mail.
Well, I shouldn't have thought that'd give you any sleepless nights. Any road, it's not stamped, so it's not been through the mail. Now to do with Her Majesty. God bless her.
Flaming Emma. Who'd send him a valentine? It's not from you, is it, Hilda?
Yeah, that's right. I nipped out and posted it through my own letterbox while I was stood here pouring you a cup of tea.
Who's it from?
Well, it's not signed, is it? They never are.
Ah, it'll be somebody's idea of a joke. I mean, it won't be from a woman, will it? Not for Stan.
Oh, it's from a woman, all right.
Hey, take it easy, Hilda. You've got enough Barneys on your hands at the moment.
Don't worry. I shan't touch one hair of his little head. It's her what can look out.
Do you think you know who it's from?
Oh, I know who it's from, all right. No danger.
Hello.
Oh, your friend called here today.
Which friend?
Mrs. Robson.
Oh, when?
Well, about quarter of an hour since.
Well, why don't you ask her to wait? You know it wouldn't be long.
Well, I didn't know if they'd be into your dinner or not.
I usually do.
Yeah, I know that, but I felt perhaps you might have gone to Rovers for a change. And I didn't want to waste her time.
Very thoughtful of you. Was it a social call, or did she want anything special?
Well, she won't be able to see you tonight. It's me leaving that daughter of hers on her own.
Oh, hello, Sally, it's Ken. I just got your message. Oh, I see. Well, it's not the end of the world, is it? Why don't you come round here? We could eat here instead. No, another time. I mean, she's not a baby, is she? She could stop up for once. Yes, I've got an urge to show off my domestic skills. You didn't know how to touch with the Fanny Craddock, did you? Only the mildest touch, but... Good. Okay, well, see you about 7 o'clock then. Fine. Bye.
I don't know naught about this.
Of course you don't, Chuck.
You don't believe me, do you?
Oh, I think she does believe you, Stan.
Oh, no, she doesn't. She never does believe me.
No, well, I don't believe you as a rule because you tell such thumping great lies. But on this occasion, I happen to know you're telling the truth. You know naught about that card or who sent it.
Look, I don't get this. A woman sends me a sobby valentine worth 30p, and you don't lose a curler. Don't you mind?
Well, of course I mind. I mind a lot. In fact, we're going to have a flaming great barney about it, you and me.
I wish you'd make your mind up.
At the tops of our voices in full stereo sound, so them three next door won't miss a trick.
Next door?
What's it got to do with next door?
Ah, well, now, look, just ask yourself a few simple questions. 1, how many women fancy Stanley enough to spend 30p on a daft card for him? Answer, nil.
I could mention a couple to start with.
Who, for instance?
Well,
I'd shut up while you're in front, Stan.
Oh, well, it's only a joke, love. You know.
Yeah. Well, 2, that card was sent today, not tomorrow. So, strictly speaking, it's not a Valentine's Day card at all. So, what is it? Well, it's a tactic, isn't it?
Hey?
Now, you've heard of psychological warfare, haven't you? It's what they use to destroy the enemy's morals, like Lord Auror tried to do in the war. So, 3, who are we at this present moment in time at war with? And I mean me and him, not the flaming country.
Oh, I get it.
Hilda, you're brilliant.
Yeah. Now, them 3 have tried to stir it for us. Right, we'll give them their money's worth. Are you ready, Stan?
Well, what do I do?
Well, yell at me.
Hey?
Oh, come on, we've had enough practice these last 30 years to have to write your script. You're not usually stuck for insults to throw at me.
You want me to insult you?
Yeah, you can call me all you like. Now, come on. And don't forget, volume up full blast.
It's going to be better than a Muppet Show, this.
Right, 1, 2, 3.
three.
If you don't shut that mouth, I'll shut it for you. Permanently. Yak, 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 morning, noon and night. You could have been vaccinated with a gramophone needle for all I care.
Great! What do you think's going to happen? Well, by the time they've worn each other out, they'll not have the strength to stand to us as well. So we go round there, say it's their responsibility to pay for the damage. Now, he'll not back her up on account of the 2 black eyes she's given him, and she'll be that tired and worn out she'll pay up without a murmur.
Hey, you two! While you two have been stood in here like a pair of flaming bookends, Cinderella's been out in the backyard freezing to death hanging out the washing.
Oh, you don't need to ask.
I did ask, at least twice. What's going on next door?
Mr. and Mrs. Ogden, Squire, having a love and cuddle like they do.
And if you don't stop it, I'll get 2 women to send me valentines and I'll go and thank them personally. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
All right, Stanley, don't overdo it.
I think you're doing brilliant, Stan.
Nobody asked your opinion, so shut up.
Shall I go on?
No, that'll do. Now, you can both go upstairs and fetch me the bedroom carpet down.
Bedroom carpet? What for?
Because it's full of muck and plaster and pigeon feathers, and I want it cleaning.
Well, you can run the vacuum over it.
No, I want it cleaning proper. What it needs is a good beating outside in the fresh air. Well, go on. Or are you too worn out with me nagging?
Well, you told me to do the yelling and shouting.
You did, Hilda.
Yeah, didn't expect him to enjoy it so much, though. The carpet.
Right, well, I'll be off then.
What about your dinner?
No, I haven't got time. I'll grab a sandwich. I've got some shopping I want to do.
What sort of shopping?
Oh, I want to get some chicken breasts, broccoli and cream, things like that. We're having visitors tonight.
Why? Oh.
I've invited Sally and Philip around. We'll be eating about 7:30, but you can have yours at your usual time.
Oh, I suppose you don't want to have me there with you?
You want to be there?
No.
Well, then.
If you need any help, we've got an expert advisor right here, highly qualified in the affairs of the heart.
No, she just teased me.
Who's talking about you? I'm referring to my husband. He's had years and years of experience at it.
What that?
When you were playing the field before you plighted your troth to little old me.
You what? I never wasted my money on rubbish like that.
You can see why I found madly in love with him, don't you? So romantic.
Well, I like all these old customs. I think we should keep up a lot more of the old traditions.
Well, Mavis keeps them up on behalf of the entire population. She puts wedding cake under a pillar, says white rabbit's the first of the month, dances naked in the light of the new moon.
I don't.
Well, you should. Might get you somewhere. Don't tell me, let me guess. One's for her and one's for me. Mushy ones for me.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but no.
Oh, you amaze me. Well, I hope somebody's going to send me a valentine, being as my husband evidently isn't. Husband? Oh, he isn't. 1 year of marriage and I know him like an old sock.
And how's the management trainee then? When do you take over from Baldwin?
Oh, next week. Week after. Not long.
Take no notice. He's only jealous.
What, jealous of the job you're going to get? Trying to get some sense out of all those women? You've got to be joking. I'm old before me time trying to keep these 2 up to scratch.
If you don't send me a valentine, I shan't speak to you for the rest of the year.
Good.
He don't mean that, you know. Doesn't he?
All right, it's almost ready. You starving, Philippa?
She's always starving.
Mum, I have got a tongue in me.
Oh, sorry. You can see who's the boss in our household. Speaking of which, where's Mr. Tatlock?
He had to go to the British Legion tonight.
Had to?
Well, he never goes very much what he calls fancy cooking, anyhow.
Or me these days.
Well, don't worry about it. He's a man of colossal shifts of mood, is Uncle Albert. Oh, I'm glad you could come tonight, Philippa.
Me too.
Actually, she's been angling for a visit for weeks.
Mother?
Haven't you?
Yes.
You know, I don't think I've ever known a Philippa before. A super name, isn't it? Very elegant. You'll appreciate that when you're famous.
When she's famous.
Oh, I think everyone's going to be famous when they're 12, aren't they?
I'm going to be definitely.
What's your favourite subject at school?
Daydreaming.
And who only came third in the form at Christmas?
That was a fluke.
It wasn't.
She's gone very quiet next door.
They're getting their strength back for round 2.
Then what happens?
They won't have the breath left to argue.
We'll go.
We all will.
I don't think Elsie will.
I can be very persuasive, you know.
Noted.
How much is a third of £25?
£8 something.
So if I save you £8 a minute, you'll not be so flaming sarky, will
If
you?
you save me the money, I'll do your share washing up for a week.
Can I have that in writing?
No.
That was terrific. You can't cook like that, Mum.
Gee, thanks.
Actually, I'm showing off. Eggs and chips is my usual style.
She doesn't do too badly.
Where did you learn to cook?
I just picked it up, trial and error, you know. I like doing it.
I don't.
You can say that again.
Well, there's no point, is there, when you can just go and buy what you want?
You don't know what you're missing.
Anyway, I haven't got time.
Oh? Doing what?
Things.
Like talking on the telephone for hours on end.
Boyfriends?
To girlfriends about boyfriends, mainly.
Well, weren't you the same?
Yes.
That's the first time I've ever heard you admit it.
What hobbies have you got?
I used to like riding, but I've gone off it now. Tennis and some more records.
Endless, endless records.
Haven't you got a record player, Mr. Barlow?
Yes, I have, upstairs. I also run a disco every other Thursday over at the centre. Well, by proxy, anyway.
Hear that, Mum?
I heard.
Oh, what's this, a private joke?
She won't let me go to discos. Jackie Harmon does, and she's 6 months younger than me.
Well, you are a bit young.
I bet you get some my age at your disco.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do.
Whose side are you on?
Maybe I could come to your disco sometime.
Well...
It'd be all right if you were there.
Got me cornered.
She's very good at that.
Is the one this Thursday?
Yes.
I'll come then. I don't have much homework on Thursdays.
All right, it's a date.
Just look at it. Just flaming look at it. Covered in muck and filth and rubbish and heaven knows what.
Is it? How did that happen?
Oh, look, my new sweater. And my best flaming blouse.
Has someone's chimney been on fire?
No, it hasn't. Someone's been eating their lousy rotten carpet over somebody's backyard wall.
A carpet?
Yes, and making sure all the muck came in our direction.
Hilda Ogden.
Dead right. You know, I don't think she's any sense. It's almost as if she's asking for more trouble.
I wonder why.
Yeah. You two haven't been up to anything by any chance, have you?
Us? What could we have been up to?
And that's only the start of it. She's going to wish she'd never been born by the time I've done with her. Not content with damaging us property, she tries to ferment trouble between you and me. Stanley? Are you listening?
Oh, that hurt. What are you on about now?
Now, you've heard of the 100 Years' War, haven't you? Well, it's just starting in this street. Oh, yes. I think it's time me and her next door had a real showdown.
Gum, I enjoyed that.
It sounded like it. You can wear this if you like. It's dry.
I'll wear something else. We should have sent it to the laundry and sent Hilda the bill.
You know how to keep an argument going, don't you?
I have not even started yet. She is going to live to rue the day she started her funny work with me.
If I were you, I'd be totally disdainful to Hilda. I mean, it's much more effective than common abuse.
Oh, come on, Suze. You weren't exactly disdainful to Yvonne Shaw last week, were you? I mean, you can't call pinning someone up against Woolly's window being disdainful, then threatening to knock a block off if she so much as looked at Nick Partington again.
Charming. How the younger generation live.
Yeah. Well, now I've made my position clear, I'll be completely disdainful to her in the future.
And that is exactly what I'll be with Hilda, when I've had her guts for garters. Oh, no! Oh, no! Hilda, stop that racket now! Stop happening on my wall! Turn that radio off now! I'll do what I like in my own house. And I can hammer on my wall!
Hey, kid, you know when you came to live here, did you contemplate this sort of thing? Because I didn't. Do you reckon we could get a rent rebate on account of we living with a maniac?
I'm next door to one.
I'm warning you, Hilda! Stop your banging!
What's going on here? Stanley!
What do you think you're doing, Eddie Yates? Who said you could come waltzing in here and do that?
Well, it looked, Mrs. O, as if you'd come to what they call an impasse. That right, Stanley?
It's like living in a dustbin with people throwing bricks at you. I think I'm losing my reason.
They are, even if it's only for his sake.
He lost his reason years ago. That's if ever he had any in the first place. Now, look, out of my way. I'm not having her next door telling me how loud I can play my wireless in my own home.
I think this is a decision for the head of the household.
You're talking to her. Now, out of my way, else I'll kick your ankles.
Stanley!
Hilda, if you touch that wireless,
You're what?
Well, I'll think of something.
Yeah, something pretty diabolical, eh, Stan?
Now, look, out of my way. I'll count to 3. 1, 2.
Oh, go on, make a fool of yourself.
What did you say?
I said, go on, switch it on if you want to carry on making a fool of yourself.
Well, how do you reckon I'm doing that?
By playing a game, Elsie Howard's. Why not be dignified? Stand aloof. Let her do all the ranting and raving. You keep your cool. I mean, turn the other cheek if necessary. Then she'll be covered with confusion. She'll find she's beating out of thin air.
Turn the other cheek, eh?
Yeah. That right, Stan?
Well, give it a try, love. It's worth a try.
No, it's not, you know.
What?
Because I've been turning the other cheek all my life. And you know what happens when you turn the other cheek, don't you? You get 2 black eyes instead of 1. No, when other folks start turning the other cheek a bit more, I'll do the same.
That is a very unchristian point of view, that, Hilda.
Don't you talk to me about Christianity, Eddie Yates. Christians don't spend their lives wondering how they can con folk. Or wondering how they can get out to working for a living. Or go about dressed up to the nines like a flaming walking man-trap. No, you have to look after number 1 in this world. And that's just what I intend to do, especially where Mae West next door's concerned.
Yeah, it's perfect right to bring a friend. Bring half a dozen if you like. Oh, that's all right. I think we can cope with that. They're a very friendly lot. Good. I'll see you about 6 o'clock then. Yes, I'll be around all evening. Okay, about 6. Bye.
Who was that?
Oh, it's young Philippa.
Oh, now, what does she want?
She wants to know if it's all right if she brings a friend to the disco.
Oh, she does she?
Tell me something, Uncle Albert.
What?
Why are you so desperate to see me married off?
Which as I am.
Oh, come on. Hardly a day goes past without you making some derogatory remark about my single state. Like I'm wasting my life and why don't I settle down, things like that.
Well, I'm just thinking about the future when I'm not here to look after you.
Oh, I see.
You see, a fella needs a woman to look after.
Well, you've managed for a long time without one.
Well, that's because I'm what they call self-reliant. Part of my army training, that, you know. You learn to be self-reliant when you spend 4 days in no man's land with nobbut a dead horse for company.
That's a new one. I've not heard that story before.
A lot you haven't heard.
Tell me something, Uncle Albert.
What?
How long were you actually in the army?
3 years, give or take a day or two.
You see, now, that's about, what, about 1,000 days, give or take a day or two?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
And something highly dramatic happened to you on every single day? It's amazing.
You calling me a liar?
Mercy, no. But about this other matter.
What other matter?
About you trying to get me married off. Don't you think there's just, well, a little bit of self-interest involved?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, like any wife I might take unto myself might also make your reclining years a mite more comfortable, like Val did.
Rubbish. You keep on saying that, but it's rubbish.
And also, it might be better if she were uncluttered with children, like Philippa.
Rubbish.
That's why you've gone off Sally all of a sudden, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Talk about claiming the Fifth Amendment.
No.
Anyway, for your information, your matchmaking has not gone unsuccessful. I happen to rather like Sally, divorced or not, and I certainly like Philippa.
Oh, I hope you'll all be very happy together.
Hello. Can I pay for my papers?
Wonders never cease. We come up on pools, Hilda.
Pardon?
You, paying for your papers. It's an event.
Oh, it's 8 weeks, Mrs. Ogden. £7.50.
See what I mean?
Tell me, do you insult all your customers?
No, only them who don't pay me very often and disturb me peace and quiet with the public squabblings.
Oh, well, takes 2 to tango, doesn't it?
True.
Have you any of those little paper handkerchiefs in packets, still,
Yeah, I
please?
think so. You're not working?
No, I took the morning off. I've just come back from the doctor's.
Now it's serious.
No, I caught a bit of chill over a week ago, and I think it's gone to my stomach or something.
Oh, there's naught worse in this weather than feeling under par, is there?
I can think of one thing a lot worse.
Oh.
You referring to me, Mrs. Howard?
I wasn't even speaking to you, Hilda.
I've chucked all that bread back where it belongs, you know.
And I've chucked it all back again.
Hilda, don't you go bursting a gut in here. We've just mopped that floor.
Blaming woman, I'll swing for her, yet.
Do you think it's all worth it, Mrs. Ogden? What? Well, all this aggravation, all this rowing.
She enjoys every minute of it, don't you, Hilda? To her, it's like getting the kiss of life from a brandy drinker.
Look, I'll tell you something, Mrs. Fairclough. You and Elsie Howard have got a lot more in common than just your husband.
Hilda?
Look, like I was saying, don't you think it'd be better to try and live in peace and harmony with your neighbours?
Well, I do. It's not me what causes all the trouble. Oh, you don't know what it's been like living next door to that woman all these years. Been purgatory. Fellas, Yanks. My Stan nearly got murdered by one of their Yanks, you know.
Did he? Who didn't know that?
Oh, yes. Having her for a neighbour's ruined the quality of life for me and Stan. I would never have considered moving to that street if I'd known then what I know now. Still, you don't, do you? Till it's too late.
Ta-ra. Do you know she really believes that?
Yeah, but I mean, it must be a bit difficult, mustn't it, having Elsie for a neighbour? I mean, well, she's a fairly colourful personality, isn't she? And then there's them two girls. Well, they're not exactly door mice, are they?
Do you know, you've convinced me. It's all Elsie's fault. Hilda is the completely innocent bystander.
Wouldn't take much to convince you of that.
Me? I'm impartial.
Says you.
That was young Philippa again. Her friend can't come with her. She's wondering if she'd be all right on her own. Quite natural, I suppose.
The funny thing about women, you know,
Go on, what is?
they're never short of an excuse for keeping in touch with you.
Oh, yeah. That's one of your profound, uncontrovertible truths, is it, Uncle Albert? Born of 80 years of experience in peace and war.
You can scoff as much as you like, but it's still true.
Yes, but that was young Philippa, not Sally.
The same thing. Lasses turn into women 10 years earlier than what lads turn into men.
What?
Be quiet.
Oh, you mean the galloping herper next door? It's not us, she...
Oh. Turn it off, Hilda! Where are you going?
I can't stand it any more, Gail. I'm going to Rovers for my dinner.
But we're the age that can stand noise. It's food and drink to us.
So I've just grown out of it.
Yeah, me too.
Where are you two off to? Our friendly neighbourhood Nutter is at it again.
As soon as we came in, we can't stand it. If it will help you kill her if you want.
So if we decide that is the only solution, we're in the Rovers.
Hello. Elsie, is that you?
Oh, hello, I didn't hear you.
I'm not surprised with that flipping racket going
Oh,
on.
yes, what racket is that?
Why don't you stop it?
Well, go on, you try it. Have a go yourself. Go on.
Hilda, pack it in for heaven's sake. We can't hear ourselves talk here. How long's that been going on?
Oh, forever. That's what comes having a neighbour like Hilda Ogden. Aren't I lucky?
What are you going to do about it?
Oh, look, I've tried everything. I've tried confrontation. I've tried tit for tat. But it runs off Hilda's back like a water off a duck's. The only thing I'm working on now is the theory that she herself will eventually get fed up with the racket.
You are getting very reasonable in your old age, aren't you?
Pardon? What did you say?
I said you're getting very reasonable, aren't you?
Are you insinuating that I'm past playing Hilda at her own game?
I didn't say that, did
Well,
I?
I'll show you whether I'm past it or not. I'll stop a tap for good, I will.
Where are you going?
Show you.
Elsie!
Can't have me dinner in peace.
Did you say something?
Oh, never mind.
All right, where is she? Did you do that? Did you just switch that wireless off? Well, he didn't switch himself off, Hilda.
This is my home, Mrs.
Yes,
Howard.
and that is mine next door.
I repeat, this is my home, and as far as I know, nobody's invited you into it, have they, Stanley?
Oh, no, Chuck, no, no.
Right, so will you kindly leave before I forget I'm a lady and do you a serious injury?
Oh, aye, you and how many flaming others, Hilda?
Just me, that's all. Just me.
All right, come on and try it. Come on, I'm waiting.
Hang on.
Oh, pack it in the pair of you, will you?
Come on, Hilda, I'm waiting.
Elsie.
Look, it's nothing to do with you, Len. Nothing to do
Nobody invited you in here,
I
either.
told you, nothing to do with you, and I'm still waiting, Hilda.
This is my house, and I'm having my dinner. And I'll have it in peace and quiet without two flaming winds shouting round my head.
Well said, Stanley.
Yes.
She just marched in here and turned that wireless off without so much as a by your leave.
A good job, too.
Here, here.
Oh, I see. You're against me and all, are you? My own husband.
I'm not against you on this, all this argy-bargy. And no man would in his own house.
I think you behave like a model of patience,
Look,
Stanley.
this is
Yes,
not
really.
funny, Len, and there'd be no argy-bargy if you'd stop playing your flaming radio
Well, if
so
she
loud.
hadn't chucked all her rubbish over in my backyard.
I'm talking, you've all but ruined the flaming blouse with your black muck from your carpet.
Well, what's one blouse to you? You got more blouses than a discount warehouse, and we all know why, don't we? Not that it seems to be doing you much good these days.
Hilda, turn it up.
Look, why don't you just take this to arbitration?
Arbitration?
This is not Grunwick, Len. That's a damn sight more serious.
I'm talking about just sitting round a table to find out who was the cause of it.
She was.
Oh, will you shut up, for heaven's sake? Why don't you just sit down over a cup of tea and then you'll find it was just a storm in a teacup.
That's a good idea. And you sit between them. You know, act as referee.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Since you suddenly seem to fancy yourself as a Jack Jones.
You women, you're all the blooming same.
Now, how can you say that, Albert, when what you see before you right this minute contradicts that statement? No way am I like Mavis. Well, here and there.
Well, I wish you wouldn't sound as if you're thankful you're not like me.
But I am thankful.
You're just a lot of blooming schemers. None of you can think straight. You know, you've got minds like crazy paving when you men are concerned, and you're just like guy folks when a fellow comes along. You're almost plotting to get your hooks into him.
You've not been the victim of a scheming woman, have you, Mr. Tatlow?
I think he has. I mean, all that bitterness, it can only be the results of a very unhappy experience. Hey, it's not that Mrs. Johnson out of Pearl Street, is it? I heard she was chalking Rona loves Albert on Red Wreck Wall.
What, Mrs. Johnson?
Oh, you know her very well, Mr. Tatlock. A busy little body full of life.
With a very dirty laugh. Hey, I bet she's a goer, Albert.
I don't know what the heck you're talking about. But anyhow, it's just a smokescreen because you don't want to talk about yourselves and your crazy paving minds.
Hey, I bet them toffees you bought her for Mrs. Johnson now. You don't think he's jealous of Ken's latest lady friend here?
I understand he's all for it.
Oh, you know what old folk are like. I mean, they're like children. They change their mind quicker than weather. Well, if it isn't that chap I married in a moment of total insanity.
Tip from you to give us a cup of tea.
Oh, I'll get it. I was going to brew up anyway.
Oh, so were you?
I only got myself mixed up in that fracas between Hilda and Elsie, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. How did that happen?
It's a long story.
It usually is with Elsie.
Ah, don't you start, will you? I thought you were as sick of it as I am.
Well, I could do without squabbling neighbours. Who can't? So, what happened?
Well, they asked me to act as a sort of an intermediary, in my capacity as a counsellor, of course.
Not in your capacity as a partial ex-boyfriend of
I was
Elsie's.
very impartial, I love, you know.
About as impartial as me. And? Did you sort it all out?
Well, in a way, yeah.
What way exactly?
I said if they didn't sort it out between them, I'd knock their bloody heads together.
That's my husband. About as subtle as an elephant with clogs on.
Well, it worked. I think.
Hello, anybody at home?
Lover boy.
We're up here, Steve.
We are, but you can't come. We do not entertain in the bedroom, especially you.
Hi.
Oh, Luke, he's either gone all red and lustful already.
Hey, I've not.
Thanks for your Valentine, by the way.
Oh, did you get it?
Of course she got it. She does a bit sigh over it all day. In fact, the printer's fairies through her hot little breasts.
Have you thanked him for yours?
Mine? Oh, it's from Nick Partington. It wasn't, was it?
Well, I did send you one, as a matter of fact, Susie.
How did you know?
Only Steve would send one that mushy. Certainly not Nick Partington, who fancies Yvonne Shaw anyway.
He does not. I'm very annoyed with you, Stevie. I thought I'd cracked you with Nick Partington. As it is, I'll have to rethink my whole life and wear those rotten ears for another flaming week.
I'm not annoyed, Steve. It was a very nice Valentine. Did you get mine?
I did, yeah, thanks.
Thanks for yours.
Oh, God, I can't stand this. Look, if I leave you two on your own for 5 minutes, can you sort something out between you one way or the other?
What does she mean, exactly?
Don't you know? I do.
She says some pretty incomprehensible things sometimes, doesn't she?
Clear as crystal to me.
Yeah, well, I'm late as it is for me. I only dropped in to say hello. I'll see you.
Ken, your visitor's here. Come in. He won't be long. He's just having a wash of the shave. Better sit yourself down a minute.
He uses aftershave, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does.
I noticed it the other night. Charisma, isn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Yes, it is. A friend of mine, Dad's, uses it, and she came to school with some mum one day and tried to kiss us all. It was expensive scent.
Did she?
I don't suppose you use aftershave.
No, I don't.
My Dad didn't either. At least I don't think he did. I can't remember. Well, I was only 7 when my mum divorced him.
Oh, and how old are you now?
Nearly 13. Just an in-between, so my mother says. Do you remember being 13?
Yeah, I remember it well.
Did you like being 13? I don't.
Well, let's say I like being 13 better than I like being 81.
Is that how old you are? 81?
I am.
Do you remember the Kaiser?
He is the Kaiser, aren't you, Uncle Albert?
We're having an intelligent conversation.
That was a joke, wasn't it, Mr. Barlow?
Oh, no, no. As a matter of fact, it wasn't. There are people who actually do believe that Uncle Albert really is the Kaiser. The same stocky little build and an obsession with war.
You are funny.
If I could agree with you. Here, I must be off. It's Legion's annual meeting. I'll be back about 10.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Tatlow. Hope to see you again sometime.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, hey, would you like a toffee?
Oh. Oh, thanks very much.
Be good.
Bit grumpy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a bit.
I suppose it's his fantastic age, 81.
Imagine me at 81.
Would you like to live till you're that old?
Well, if I'm as hale and hearty as Uncle Albert is, yes, I would.
I don't think I would. There's so many things to get you down, aren't there?
What, at your age?
Especially at my age.
Like what?
Spots, for instance.
Spots?
They always seem to come at weekends, especially when I want to be looking my best, usually on my chin.
Oh, it's a cruel world.
Now you're pulling my leg.
Sorry.
You do it a lot, don't you?
I'll try to watch it in future.
I don't mind. I like your aftershave, by the way.
Thank you.
I noticed it the other night.
You don't think it's perhaps a bit too strong?
An adequate sufficiency, as Mummy says.
What about my aftershave?
Mm.
Oh, fancy.
She's been very happy recently, Mummy. Don't you think?
Well, isn't she usually?
No.
Oh.
I've been thinking about the youth club tonight.
Yeah.
I think I should just go on my own. Then nobody will think I'm somebody special.
Oh, does it matter?
Kids can be funny. You know, like, who does she think she is and that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
It can be very awkward at times.
I suppose so.
It'll be all right, though, once they got to know me.
What will?
To tell them who I am.
And who are you?
All that depends, doesn't it? On what happens to you and Mum. I hope something does. Be very nice, wouldn't it, for everybody? I'll call back and tell you how I got on.
I thought your mother didn't like you going off to discos on your own.
I'm nearly 13. I like it. Bye.
Bye.
Everything back to normal, I see. Stanley snoozing by the fire, and you reflecting on how kind life's been to you. Is this bit of cake on gas? Ta. Oh, it's lovely, that Hilda. Do you make it yourself? It's just like my mum used to make.
I think I'm being had for a mug.
Don't start that again.
Pardon? Did you speak then, Stanley? Do you know I didn't see his lips move?
I mean, Len Fairclough's the last person to negotiate between me and Elsie Howard. He's bound to take her side. She's been his doxy since the year dot.
Belt up, Hilda.
There he goes again.
Call it a day, he says. Start afresh. Well, she would agree to that, wouldn't she? She's not the grieving party, I am.
Hilda.
Do you know you two have been so close together for so long, you can talk to each other even when one of you's asleep? Truly amazing.
Belt up, Yates.
Shut up, Petty.
Sorry.
I still say I'm being had for a mug.
Oh, hello. She's over there.
She's gone on her own.
Yeah, she's just doesn't want to be thought anything special.
That girl.
Yeah, she's quite a girl.
Ship off the old block.
What, yours or?
There's a lot of Terry in her.
Oh, it's only natural. Are you stopping?
Are you asking?
Yes.
I'm stopping.
Would I sit down? Like a drink?
Please.
Philippa said she'd call back here anyway.
I suppose she made herself at home, as usual.
Oh, yes. She even got round Uncle Albert. He offered her a suite.
Am I still in his bad books?
Well, if you are, he'll soon get over it.
Similar syndrome, really.
What is?
Well, your uncle wanting a settled life for you, and...
And for himself.
And Philippa...
Wanting a father?
You guessing, or being perceptive, or has she said something?
Well, you know, obliquely. Very obliquely. She has this knack of sort of weighing you up as if you're some sort of package. Or maybe I'm being a bit arrogant.
No, you're not. She's done it before. Any man who doesn't eat with his fingers is an immediate possibility for me and for her.
Does she miss her father?
Oh, I don't think so. Not him as such. It's
More
just
the
that...
father figure.
All her friends have fathers, so why not her? And of course she's an incredible romantic. But I hope
What?
it hasn't made you twitch a bit.
Not in the least.
Good, because I like seeing you.
Mutual.
listen to it. Listen to it.
What?
It's deliberate, that, you know, just to provoke us.
I can't hear now.
Well, stop chewing your toast and listen proper. That's their wireless.
It's very faint.
They've got it going full belt. That's for our benefit.
It's faint, I tell you.
Whose side are you on?
What are you going on about?
It's not me. What's going on, Stanley? If there's anybody going on, it's not me.
You had the wireless on last night loud enough to wake the dead.
Ah, well, that were last night.
Full belt dead against the wall.
Well, that we're in the heat of the moment.
And you flattened the battery too. That's about a quid, isn't it?
Heat of the moment, that. But this is calculated. Different thing altogether.
Oh, look, will you drop it?
Drop it?
Oh, come on, you two. Have you taken root or something?
If I drop anything, it'll be on her flipping head.
You've had 2 sailings down between the pair of you, haven't you?
That were them. They started.
Now, look, it's not worth it. There's nothing in this for us at all. Anything happens, we'll cop it, I'll tell you. You're just sticking your neck in a noose.
People can't just come descending through your ceiling, you know, Stanley. Sticking their legs into your bedroom. Oh, no. Fair's fair, Stan. Everybody's got rights, even us.
If we had every right in the world, we couldn't win.
Ah, well, you've said a mouthful there. We never get us rights. But I'll tell you this. I'll go down fighting.
Oh, egg.
Feel it. Go on, feel it.
I know.
It's still wringing wet. I can't wear that.
We'll wear something else. It's not my fault.
Hey, you two. I want this breakfast clearing away before I come in. I'm sick and tired of coming
I
to
will
dinner
catch my
time.
death of
Well,
cold
there's
wearing
something
that.
else then.
I've got nothing else clean. She's demented, that woman. She's mad. She is.
Borrow one of mine.
And what have you got clean?
That red one.
All red. On me. Terrific. Don't be daft. I thought you were going down to the police.
Oh, don't be soft. Of course I'm not going to the police.
Well, you lay down the station last night.
Oh, I can handle Eldorogdon without going to the police.
That's what they're there for. That's what they're paid for. She's a public nuisance. They've to sort out public nuisances. You can't hang up your washing now.
Look, I've given her fair warning. Let's see how long it's going to take to sink in, shall we?
All right. For sinking, it's got nothing to sink into. She's just a stupid old cow, that's all.
You. I have called Eldorogdon from El Taburn up Hill and down Dale over the donkey's years. I don't think there's a single word I haven't called her. But there's something to me doesn't like it when you start calling her names.
You what? Oh, come on,
illogical
Elsie.
it may be, but all the same.
What are we supposed to do then?
We're suffering as well, you know.
Well, just drop the subject once and for all, that's all. My house, my neighbours. If they need calling, I'll call them and turn that damn thing off. It's driving me mad.
Do you know, I think they're all funny round here.
Do you know I've thought that for a long time?
Clever girl. Clever girl. Mommy, where's Mummy? That's it. She's doing very well, isn't she?
Oh, I think she's all there.
Oh, she is all there, aren't you? Every little bit. Yes, yes, yes.
She sends everybody balmy.
Well, of course she does.
I just talk to her ordinary, like a normal person. We seem to get on.
Well, it's different for you. I mean, obviously you couldn't carry on like an idiot all day and every day, but some of us find it a great relief now and then, don't we? Don't we? Don't we? Yes, we do.
Oh, not again. Flaming machine.
What's that going to do? What's that going to do?
No, I thought it was, but it wasn't. Seems to have cured itself.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
Oh, I don't know. It's gone funny lately. It keeps gushing water all over the place.
Oh, must be disconcerting. Very.
It's funny, really. I mean, that machine is the latest thing in advanced technology. And this thing here is 100% product of nature, but they both got the same thing in common. They leak. Give them half the chance, they'd be all over the floor, either of them.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not normal in a washing machine. Can't you get the man to it?
Oh, I've had the man to it. It won't do it for the man.
Well, it's often the way.
Hey, look.
Hey, you don't mind me calling in, do you?
It's a funny thing to say when you've been here half an hour.
No, but do you? I mean, say if you do.
No, of course not.
I know you're busy. I can see you're up to your eyes.
It's not your fault, is it? Any time you...
Well, that's it, really. I mean, you're up to your eyes and I've so little to occupy my time, but if I'm in the way, just tell me honestly.
You're not in the way.
I mean, there's nothing that... I know what I can do for you. Why don't I take Tracy for a walk? I mean, you'll get on that much faster. I can take her to the park.
Yeah, well, I usually take her for a walk in the afternoons, actually, as a rule.
Oh, well,
I just thought, that's all.
Oh, well, go on, why not? I'd do her good, and I can get all this downstairs vacuum while you're out.
Well, I won't take her unless you're quite happy.
You can do us a favour while you're at it. Get us a bag of potatoes and a small loaf. Oh, yeah? Here's a coat.
You're going to come for a walk with your Auntie Emily? Yes, you are, aren't you? Oh, that's a nice, cosy coat. I wish I had a coat like that. Yes, I do.
Don't keep her out too long, will you?
No.
Aye, aye. Morning, ladies.
Hello, there we are. Oh, don't forget a loaf. Oh, we won't forget. Hi.
You've had your hair done.
I've had my hair done. I'm still paying mortgage on it.
Ask me if I like it.
What do you think?
Looks terrific. You look $1 million.
Hey, now that would be inflation.
You do. You do.
Good. Glad you think it's all right.
Who did it for you?
Oh, a fella called Peter at that place in Bessie Street, you know, Mr. Snips.
You did go mad, didn't you? The only time I went there, it cost me £3 for an estimate.
Well, it's not every week.
What's it in aid of?
Well, you've got to pick yourself up, haven't you?
Depends who knocked you down.
Well, it's February, you know, and, I mean, if you don't do anything, he'll succumb, won't you? Well, at least I would.
I know just what you mean, love. Anyway, we're money well spent.
So... Mother!
A funny woman, that, you know.
She's a very good friend of mine.
Aye, she would be. Have you got small rice pudding?
Oh, you're back again, are you?
I'm back, right.
I bet you had to get the vice squad to escort you off the train.
Hey? Oh, no, I didn't have a lot of time for, seeing the town.
Oh, aye, you can say that again.
Well, it'd take a bother too, I'm telling you.
Come on, I'll buy you a Jill on strength of it, Alf.
Aye, all right, I think I will.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, hello, Alf, love.
Hello, Alf, how are you?
Not bad.
Well, it's nice to see you back.
Hey, it's nice to be back. Hey, I didn't think I'd be away all that long, though.
I didn't know you'd been away. Where you been?
You've been in London.
London? Oh, I've had a belly full of that, I'll tell you.
Yes, well, don't go telling us we want to listen to Alf.
Oh, not much to say about it, really.
I will try conversing with that milk.
God bless you, sir.
I'll be for that.
Welcome back.
Well, come on, Alf. Tell us what you went for.
Well, I went about a computer sorting system.
Oh?
Yeah, so you don't want to know all about it, do you?
Well, I probably wouldn't understand it, would I?
It'd be the same boss as the rest of us, then.
Agitator, that should be a good banker, Fred.
Well, did you enjoy yourself?
No, not really. I mean, I never sleep when I'm away from home, you know. I never have done.
And bright boy, that should be there too.
Funny thing is that, Alf, sleeping in a strange bed, I feel the same way, you feel sort of unsettled, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know why it is.
No.
Somebody pay for me to go to London, I can tell you. See our Gordon.
You can keep London for me, you can flush it down the Thames.
What they've done to you in a smoke, Stanley?
I could take you round London. They're not civilised down there.
Tell us what's in that little parcel.
Just a little something I picked up. A present.
Go on, tell us.
Well,
if it's from London, it'll be an head. They stick heads on sticks down there, like Henry VIII did, you know.
I can guess who it's for anyway.
It'll be a shrunken head.
Hey, is there anywhere you'd like to go, Stanley? Anywhere like the further the better?
Yeah, we can have a whip round. Oh, come on. Surely you can do it for less than 25 quid.
Well, it's the time, you see, love.
Never mind the sob story, just tell us.
Well, it's such a fiddling job. I mean, a new house, I could put a ceiling in quicker.
I don't want a new house. I just want a little titchy hole fixing in the ceiling, that's all.
That's what I mean, a titchy. Look, I tell you what, 20 quid and that's my last offer.
Oh, go on.
No, you ask anyone to do it, it'll be 20 quid and that'll be rock bottom.
20 quid?
Well, I'll do both then for 30 quid. The 30 quid for the two.
So that's 15 quid each, is that?
No, I said 30 quid for the two.
I'm not sure I'm with you.
You never were very good at arithmetic, were you? 30 quid for the two, 20 quid for one. 20 from 30 is 10, which you give me and keep your mouth shut.
Oh, Leonard, you do improve with age, you know that. So as far as Hilda's concerned, that's 20.
As far as Hilda, nothing. As far as Rita's concerned, it's 20. You know, doing favours for you can be very bad for my health. Otherwise, I could have done it for nout. Let me know.
Right, you're the one what says drop it. You're going to drop that and all? 20 quid.
Well, that's what it's going to be.
That's what it's going to be. Is that all you've got to say? Titchy little hole in the ceiling, 20 quid, that's the estimate. Just add it off then, Fairclough.
If you hadn't gone poking through theirs...
That were them, her and her flaming lodger. So if there's any 20 quids to be paid, they can pay it. You can just take that round to her.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
Me?
Yes, you big lump. And you can tell her ladyship that either she pays it, or by heck, the war hasn't started yet.
There's too many sponges, I'll tell you. If I had the money, I'd go.
Hey, how much do you need, Stan?
I'd leave this country tomorrow. It's finished. It's gone right down.
Do you know, I'm tired of hearing that. There's nothing the matter with the country. The only thing wrong with it is people like you in it that's saying it's terrible and it's all gone down.
There's nothing the matter with the country that a bit of grafting wouldn't cure it.
Exactly.
Grafting's no use at all.
No, not according to some.
It gets you nowhere. There's no good grafting. They say we're all the same. So if you're grafting, you're helping the sponges, aren't you?
And this is why you haven't done hands turn all day, is it?
Look, I work on my own, and when I work very hard.
I've seen you. I've seen that ladder shaking underneath him.
Shaking with amazement every time it goes up.
I've got to work. I'm self-employed. I can't go on the sick, can I?
Oh, Stan. Anybody can see he's not well, you know. I mean, you haven't got the strength to push that cart, have you?
Oh, go on, go on.
Well, you haven't pushed it the length of the street today, have you?
I can't push it nowhere, can I?
And you say nobody'll graft?
I'll be halfway down Florence Street now, but I can't push it because the wheel's coming off.
Well, why don't you fix it?
I can't fix it, the bracket's gone.
What kind of a bracket's that, Stan?
Well, holds it on, you know.
Well, they usually do, don't they? But what size is it? How big is it?
Well,
Like?
it's about like that on the angle, you know.
Oh, I'll probably fix you up with something for that.
What's that going to cost me?
Oh, flipping heck, you're the right one, you, aren't you? I'll give you something to make a bracket. I'll just give it you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's right, you know.
Well, it won't put itself right, will it?
I've been looking at it.
Oh, he's good at that.
What it wants is all drilling in the axle and put the bracket underneath and put the watchet through, you know. I know what to do.
Oh, why don't you do it, then?
It's knowing what to do is one thing. It's getting a tackle to do it's another, isn't it?
What do you need, Stan? You only need a drill to drill a hole, don't you?
Well, it cost me 20 quid, won't it?
Have you got no drill, Stan?
No, I haven't got a drill.
Len, lend him a drill, will you? You must have one knocking about your yard.
I've got about 12 knocking about somewhere. It comes from lending them to people, you see. Sorry, Stanley.
Getting a tackle, that's the problem.
All right. Look, against my better judgment, I'll lend you one of mine.
Oh, well,
Stan, I said I'd lend you one. It's only an old one, but I don't normally lend my gear to folks.
Well, I don't like borrowing other people's
But in this case, I'm prepared to make an exception. I'll go through the back and get it, Stanley.
I did my best. Sorry, Stanley.
Oh, there's a stranger then.
Oh, stranger, huh? Must be easy forgotten.
Oh, I think it'll come back to me.
Like the proverbial whatsy.
Well, I suppose you had a good time in London?
Yeah, everybody supposes that. It was very dull, as a matter of fact. Well, the job was all right. That was interesting, you know. I brought you a present.
Oh, for me?
Who else?
Oh,
I'm not jumping the queue, Alf. Have you seen Emily Bishop anywhere?
I haven't, no.
Oh, it's just that she took Tracy out and I said to be back, you know.
You're not worried, are you? She'll be all right with Emily.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, will you give me a sliced loaf for that meal? No, it's just... Well, sometimes I get the feeling that she might start thinking about Ernie and everything, or else not thinking about it, and... Oh, I don't know, I just worry that she'll leave Tracy in Park or somewhere. Is that awful of me?
Oh, no, love, it's not, but you've no need to worry, honest.
No, I suppose not. Anyway, I'll see you. Tralf.
Ta-ra.
Hey, she's not paid him but loaf.
Oh, she'll be back. Can I have it now?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, there's a little speech that goes with it.
Oh?
You see, I was thinking while I was in London.
What were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking that, well, when two people are placed, like you and me, you know, I mean, it's very sensible when two people are placed like us, you know. I mean, it's the most natural thing in the world. You see, there's a lot I want to say to you, Rini, and I don't want to speak out of turn. Now, you must tell me if I am. Anyway, open the present.
Oh, I thought it were you I saw skulking down near Rover's. So you're back?
Aye.
Suppose you had a high old time in London?
Oh, I were dancing around Trafalgar Square every night. I mean, they had to board a beeros while we were there, you know.
Sarcasm doesn't suit you, Alfred.
No. Well, you know, if somebody goes to London, everybody assumes that they're up to no good.
And you are the exception to the general rule?
Yes, I am.
What do you think, Rini?
Oh, I'm saying nothing.
Wise girl. Hey, can you have a bottle of milk? I forgot before.
Yeah.
You don't mind, do you?
No.
Oh, just go. Anyway, I still say that you painted Piccadilly red. See ya.
Hello.
Hello, girl.
Yes, love.
3 ham cakes, please.
I'll have to make them.
We're not in a hurry.
Oh.
Look, Rini, I'll try and call back later.
Okay.
Don't forget the text.
All right. Auntie, got to open it? Hey, what's in it? Oh, looks expensive.
Well, did you tell her?
I want my dinner.
I told you to take it round.
Look, if I'm going round there, I'm going round in my own flipping time.
You want to exercise your authority, you know. You're supposed to stand up for your home and family. That's what husbands are for. Not to let folk go walking all over you.
There's no husband in this case, is there, to come round here?
Exactly. Exactly. She can't keep an husband. I say she can't keep an husband.
Shut up, will you? Shut up!
I won't be told to shut up in my own home by you or anybody else, Stanley Ogden.
Quiet.
Now, give it here.
What's the point?
Look, if you're too flaming gutless, I'll take it round myself. Now, give me that estimate.
No, I won't.
Oh, won't you? Now, you give it me, else I'll whale it out of your fat hide.
Shut up, woman, shut up!
Don't you take that tone with me. And you can keep out of it, Rini Bradshaw.
I bet it's not like this in executive estates.
Well, probably not many of them have a really carrying voice like Mrs. Ogden. Perhaps she should have had it trained.
You're no better than you should be. Can't even find an husband, let alone keep one.
Oh, just ignore her. Deirdre was looking for you, by the way.
Looking for me? But she knows where I am. I'm out with Tracy.
I think she thought you'd been a bit overlong.
Really?
I know I shouldn't mention it, but she did ask me if I'd seen you.
Oh, well, I hope she's not been worried.
Not really, I'm sure.
It's very odd, though. Still, I suppose mothers do get anxious. Just a natural feeling, part of the maternal thing. I shall never know.
The men in white coats will be coming to take them away.
Don't you feel sorry for her, Stan, though?
Yeah. Zena Sharples once said to me, they bear witness to divine providence. How else would they have found each other?
I think she's frustrated.
Oh, tell me you isn't.
Well, not like her. You can put it all down to an unsatisfactory love life.
In that case, I'm just the same, and so are you.
You're right, we'll all end up crackers. What's up with that?
Oh, blinking thing! It's time we got another. Oh, more money. It'll need a fresh rental and all.
It does need fixing, you know, Elsie.
You know, that could be her next door. Her machine makes it go like that.
She'll never be sewn at this time of day.
Precisely. It is her machine. I've heard that before.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I'm going to count to 10 and then I'll go. Oh, good heavens, Stan, you have to do that in here?
Can't take it outside, the flex won't reach.
I don't know why you've got to do it at all.
I've got to mend the cart, haven't I? It's broken.
Yeah, well, it's not wore out with pushing, that's for sure. It's wore out with standing outside the Rovers. Oh, I see. It's not the sewing machine. And what do you think you're doing? I've come to tell you can just put that thing away. I've told you before, you can't just come walking into people's houses, you know. Out! Do you understand what I've just said? I will have no more of that thing. You carry on, Stanley. He's got a perfect right. He can do what he likes in his own home, same as I can. I have not come here to argue with you. I am just telling you. It's to do with his livelihood, that, and you can't stop him because it's laid down in law. I never heard of a fellow washing windows with an electric drill before. It's got nothing to do with you. Now, look, you are doing this deliberately because you know it causes interference. Well, if there's any more of it, I shall report you as a public nuisance. Interference? Ah, well, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? Because you're interfering where you're not wanted. You're not wanted in this street, but you have to come crawling back. Now, look, I am telling you, I will have you done as a public nuisance. And furthermore, I shall report you to the tele-licence people because I have paid for my television licence and I have a right to watch that which I've paid for. Oh, it's interfering with a television stand. Oh, give it here. Now, why didn't you say so before? You just tell me what programmes you want to watch and I'll do my best to keep you happy. Although, mind you, I have got a lot of holes to drill.
Look, I am telling you all I am going to
You'd be
tell
surprised the holes I've got to drill in this house.
Right, what people say about you, you start raving mad.
Very useful device, this, Stanley. I'm glad you got it.
I'm having nothing to do with it.
You know what you are?
You are mad. Start raving bonkers mad.
Oh! Mad, am I? Well, we'll see who ends up flipping mad.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Funny thing about shops, folk keep coming in.
Yes, they say it's good for business.
Yeah, well, never mind about all that. Now, I've got something to say to you.
The present was lovely, thanks, Alf.
Oh, yeah, well, that's best attempt yet at being romantic.
It was very successful.
Oh. Anyway, what I have to say is this. Now, I can think of a lot of good reasons for you and me getting wed. Well, there is, isn't there? I mean...
Thank you to take yourself and your insults out of my house. You can't go slanging me, Elsie Howard, or Tanner, or whatever you call yourself. You probably don't know what your name is. Can't find a fella who'll give you one what sticks.
You know what's wrong with you, don't you? You're sick. And you know why you're sick? Because you're rubbish and you know it.
Oh, is that right? Rubbish. Well, at least rubbish is a cut above scum.
Always have and always will be. You know it and you don't like it, do you?
Rubbish, am I? Oh, we'll see about blooming rubbish.
Well, if they're quite finished, what I was saying was this. Now, I've been thinking. There's me. I've got that big house there. It's all paid for, and I'm there rattling around by myself, and you're here by yourself. And, I mean, we know we get on together, so, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you see, when two people do get on, you know, well, it's likely they will get on together. So I think there's a lot to be said for it. And anyway, that's what I think, so I've told you now, and it's up to you, isn't it? But before you make your mind up, I'd like to put my cards on the table. I mean, I'm not a rich man, you know, but I have got a few pounds put by, like, I mean, apart from the house, I've got, well, I've got some money with the Building Society, and, of course...
Yeah? See how you like that for rubbish.
I take it you do know what time it is?
Why, has your watch stopped?
No, mine hasn't, but I thought perhaps yours might have. Shouldn't you have been down at that shop 5 minutes ago?
I'm taking one of my days off in lieu of them I worked over the holidays.
Oh, I see. Well, perhaps you might do something useful with it, like tidying up or something.
I thought I might spend it thinking horrible thoughts about the horrible oggies.
Very good idea, but why not think horrible thoughts about this carpet and put the Hoover on it, eh?
Yeah, all right, I'll do it later.
Do it now.
All right.
Thinking of doing a bit of hoovering with that, were you, kid?
No, gonna crack on it was a broomstick and fly around the room on it.
Only if I was you, I'd empty the bag first, because yesterday when I tried it was putting down more than it was picking up.
Thanks a lot. You're welcome. Blimey. Elsie, come here a minute, will you?
Now what?
Someone's tipped our dustbin over.
It's full. Oh, but I know someone's what isn't. Right. Hey up.
Oh, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Wait for us, Elsie.
What's to do, Elsie?
Oh, mind your own business.
Oh, give it a kick as well. Now, who can that be, I wonder?
You know very well who it is. Go and answer it.
Oh, I don't think I want to be involved in an unseemly row on my front doorstep this time of the morning.
It was a bit strong, you know, Elder.
Ah, well, that was what you might call spontaneous combustion last time.
She'll have the flaming door down.
You just have to go round and knock hers down, won't you? And don't forget to break the windows on your way.
Flaming woman.
That were a bit of an anticlimax, weren't it?
Yeah, it was.
I know. I'll put this through a letterbox.
Oh, no, you will not, you know.
Why not? It's a very good idea.
Because I say so. Just because we've got one lunatic in the neighbourhood doesn't mean to say we've all got to drag ourselves down to her level. I'll say what I have to say to that hard-faced bitch in court.
I'll look forward to it. And it takes one to know one.
Hey up, Rain, what's going on next door? Is it the start of World War III or something?
Aye, something like that. You can get quite a blood sport around here, you know, neighbours.
Oh,
Got it then?
oh, it's fine.
53. Oh.
Right. Are you all right, though?
How do you mean?
Well, you don't seem your happy, smiling self today, somehow.
Just a bit tired, that's all.
Oh, is he keeping you out late at night, is he? Hey up, pal, talk of the devil, your ears burning.
Should it be?
To a cinder, I think you want to get her home sooner at night, you know.
How do you mean?
Well, look at her, she's falling asleep on her feet, ain't she? That could be nasty with all your bacon sight of a company. Hey, I'll see you in jail.
What's all that about?
Just Fred pulling my leg.
No prizes, guessing what about, eh?
I'm sorry, Alpha. I can't go through with it.
You what?
I can't go through with it. I can't marry you.
Well, you said you...
I know what I said, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I've misled you. And I can quite see now I could have. But last night I couldn't see if I was churning it over in my mind, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought it would be a mistake for both of us.
A mistake?
Yeah.
I see.
I'm sorry, Alf, really.
No. Well, I suppose that makes it unanimous then, doesn't it?
Anybody home?
We're in here.
Only me.
Hi.
Oh, I say, well, we are a toff this morning, aren't we? Oh, that's the one I bought her, isn't it?
Oh, it must have cost you a bomb, Emily. Honestly, I don't know why you bother spending all that money. She'll be grown out of it before she's in it properly.
Oh, nonsense. You can always let it down anyway.
Yeah.
Came across a rather interesting knitting pattern.
Oh, I say, that's very with it, isn't it?
Oh, I've been doing rather a lot of knitting lately, sort of rediscovered it, if you know what I mean. I thought I'd knit this for Tracy.
Oh, yes, that'd be lovely. I'll get you the wool.
Oh, I've already got the wool, actually.
Oh, well, at least let me pay for it.
Oh, no, of course not.
But it's dearest wool.
I already had it in.
Oh, well, if you're sure.
I'm positive. Would you mind if I took her back with me for a minute? I bought her a little picture book.
Well, no, actually, I was just going to take her in town.
It's very parky out.
Well, she'll be well wrapped up.
You can easily leave her with me.
Well, if you're sure.
Well, of course I'm sure. I love having her, you know that. You get ready. I'll take her back and show her the book. Take as long as you like in town, Deirdre, because if you're not back, I'll give her dinner as well. Come on, darling. See what Auntie Emily's got for you.
Look, I told you to get on the roof and bunk it over. Thank you.
Flippin' heck, mate, don't tell me you've been and gone and done it in private when nobody was watching, have you? You what? Got married? I mean, you're not entitled to look as miserable as that until afterwards, you know that?
No.
You haven't had a row, you two, have you?
No?
Well, what have you got a face like a fiddle for? I mean, what's happening?
Nothing.
Nothing?
That's what I said. Nothing. That includes the wedding.
You don't mean to say she's turned you down?
She hasn't.
I thought it was all over by the bands. What's been going on?
Well, you tell me. I'll tell you something for now, mate. I ain't a flipping clue.
You know, if I lived to be a million, I'd never know. I'd never understand what goes on in their heads.
Whose heads?
Women.
You know what you are, don't you? You're a male chauvinistic pig like the rest of the fellas that live round here.
I'm not, you know. I'm just a poor, puzzled male. Hello, darling.
Oh, thank you. I've lost somebody, lovely.
Has Ray been in at all?
I've not seen him.
Well, I'll have a quick tomato juice while I'm here.
Right. One tomato juice. Tracy with the daddy, is she?
No, she's with Emily, actually.
Oh, they seem to be seeing a lot of each other these days. 15p, Doc.
Yeah.
I was only talking to Emily yesterday, and she was talking about your little Tracy all the time. You'd sworn that it was her own child she was on about.
Yeah, she's got very attached to her recently, especially since Ernie died.
That seems to be bothering you, does it?
No, of course not. Oh, well. I don't know how to put it into words, really, especially not with somebody as nice and, well, as nice as Emily. I mean, she's always been fond of Tracy, but, well, since, I don't know, she just seems to become even more so. Do you know what I mean?
You think she's sort of taking over your own child?
Yeah, that's it. I just don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, well, might I suggest, love, that you don't do anything about it? I mean, let me tell you something. For months after my Cyril died, you know, it was as if I was living in a tunnel. Oh, a very long tunnel with no ending. Well, you come out of it eventually, you know. You do, don't you? Well, Emily's in that tunnel now, and well, perhaps your little Tracy's helping her to find a way out, lovey.
Hey, you didn't really heave that rubbish into Elsie's yard, did you?
Ask no questions, you'll be told no lies.
I don't know anybody could do such a thing. It's doing things like that that gives streets like this a bad name.
I'd do it all over again if I had to.
Yes, I don't doubt it, love. I mean, if it's in your nature to chuck muck, I suppose that's what you will do.
We had right on our side, you know.
Oh, shut up, will you? I'm sick of this argy-bargy. It's been going on for flipping weeks.
But we was the injured party, Stan.
It's not only your party that's going to get injured. It's your pocket as well, innit?
What do you mean, pocket?
Well, she's taking you to court, isn't she? Madam Howard.
When did you hear that?
No, somebody mentioned it.
Oh, well, so what?
It's going to cost you, innit? Because if she gets a lawyer, you're going to have a lawyer, aren't you? And if she wins the case, well, you get into even deeper, because you're going to have to pay her costs as well as your own.
Happy now, are you?
She turned him down? Are you sure?
That's what he said.
I thought it were all fixed up.
So did he, love.
What did he say to make her change her mind?
He hasn't the faintest idea.
Well, I don't believe it. I understood she couldn't wait for him to pop the question again.
Yeah, sit down a minute, Al.
Well, what exactly is it about, Hilda? I'm supposed to be going to work, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to take up your valuable time, but you councillors are paid to give us citizens valuable advice, aren't you?
Well, all we're paid for is loss of time and earnings.
Oh, yeah, well, if you say so.
Anyway, I'm not the councillor for this ward, you know. It's Len Fairclough you ought to be talking to.
Ah, yeah, except that in this case he's what you might call biased, isn't he? On account of him being an interested party, like. Friend of the accused.
Hilda, what exactly do you want?
A bit of inside information.
What about?
What about this court I'm being had up in by Jezebel next door?
Oh, I see. Well, from what I can make out about how you lot are going on about it, I think it's a case for the Small Claims Arbitration Court.
Oh, yeah. And what's that when it's at home?
Well, it's like it says. It's a court that's set up to deal with small disputes. You know, the sort of thing that the big courts haven't time to deal with.
I see. And what's this court going to cost me? Because that's what it comes down to in the end, isn't it? Costing you.
All it'll cost you is £1.
£1?
That's all.
But what about my solicitor's fees?
Oh, no, that quid covers everything, including legal advice.
Hey, it's a bit of all right, that, isn't it?
Aye. Mind you, you're lucky you live round here. Manchester's the only place outside London that's got one of these courts. Still, it's going to help a lot of people who can't afford hefty legal fees, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's a wonderful country we live in when you think about it, isn't it?
Probably the best in the world, Hilda. If only we had the brains to realise that and stop trying to ruin everything. Yeah. Anyway, if that's all, I'll get off.
Oh, yeah, that's smashing.
Right,
thanks.
I'll see you.
Oh, and by the way, best of luck with her next door. You could do worse than get your feet under that table, you know. Regular little gold mine is that shop. Now,
Oh, I should have mentioned, yes. You can put in a counterclaim, you know. Anyway.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, what the heck do you think you were doing? What I am doing, Rena Bradshaw, is getting your undivided attention for 5 minutes so I can find out what the heck's going on. Something I won't be able to do, being trodden on by your customers every 2 minutes.
Hang on, I mean, they're coming in the drawers just after dinner.
Rena, which is more important? Another 10 quid in your till at rest of your future life?
Oh, you've heard then.
Well, it weren't so much me, or more Len, really. He got it from Bobby. Bobby?
The one that came to ask him to identify the body they pulled out at Cut. Big fella, dark-haired, worked at GPO.
Get out.
Well, that's where it'll come to, according to Len.
Don't be daft.
Well, I'm telling you. We're shut. We have to have us dinner too, you know. Well, Scarlett O'Hara, what went wrong between you and Rhett Butler?
Oh, I wish I'd never got involved. I really do.
I thought you liked him.
I do like him.
Well, you know, it's women like you that get women a bad name. Well, I'm waiting to hear.
Think I'm daft?
Probably. But I'll try not to let it show on my face if I do.
Well, it was yesterday when he proposed.
Yeah?
Well, it wasn't exactly what I expected. You know what I mean?
Didn't go down on one knee.
Oh, it was worse than that, Rita. We might as well have been talking about increasing mortgage or putting another order into the wholesaler. We're all facts and figures about how he'd sell his house and come and live here with me. What furniture he would bring with him and what he would sell. How it would help me being shop and nothing about us. About me. What he felt about me.
I see.
I just got to thinking, well, what is he marrying me for anyway? Is he marrying because he loves me, or is he marrying me for somebody he can be comfortable with in his declining years? I ask you, Rita, what would you have done?
Probably drop-kicked him halfway across the street after I'd hit him with Till. Well, the great daft gawp.
Then when he'd gone, I couldn't sleep, of course, and I just kept churning it over in my mind. And then this morning, when he came in, I
just showed him the door.
Yeah.
And from the looks of 'em behind them windows, cried your eyes out.
Right.
Rini, let me ask you something. What do you feel about that fella?
Well, we get on very well.
I get on very well with a lot of people. I get on very well with the bouncer down at the Gatsby with the broken conch. That doesn't mean to say I'm going to walk up the aisle with him. Do you or do you not want to marry Alf Roberts?
I think I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, then.
Rita, I have me pride. I want him to marry me, for me, not for me availability.
Right. We'll do something about it then.
Hey, just a minute, where are you going?
If you must know, I'm going to see a fellow who knows a big daft donkey.
Just hang on a minute. What I've just said to you was in complete confidence.
I know it was, and you don't have to worry. You can have every confidence in your Auntie Rita. Oh, with that you rattling door. Do you know somebody must have dropped catch? You never know what folk are up to these days, do you? Anybody home? Hello?
Sorry, I couldn't answer. Just got her off.
Oh, sorry. Has she been all right?
Oh, as good as gold, as usual.
Good. Wish she were more like that at night.
Sign of intelligence, you know, an active mind.
Yeah, I think that's just a story put about by people whose kids won't go off to sleep.
Very probably.
Well, thanks very much for...
Any time. There was just one thing I wanted to say, actually, Deirdre, when the right moment presented itself, and I suppose now's as good a time as any.
Oh, yeah?
It's just that I'm very grateful for the way you and Ray have been since Ernest died.
Well, I'm sure we haven't done any more than anybody else.
Oh, on the contrary, you've done a lot more. You see, when it happened, well, for a couple of weeks, I suppose, I was just stunned. I think you are.
Yeah, I'm sure you must be.
Yes. Then, of course, reality returns and you take stock of yourself, realise what you've got, what there is left. I'm afraid it's a very barren moment, actually.
I'm sure it is.
Yes, well, that's where you and Ray came in, you see, with Tracy. I mean, just being allowed to fuss her and help with her has helped a lot. But at the same time, I'm not entirely insensitive.
Well, you're definitely not that.
No, what I'm trying to say is I'm not entirely myself yet. I mean, how could I be? So if I'm ever being a pest, I mean, over Tracy, I hope you won't hesitate to say so, because I'd really hate that. Fine. Better be off. See you later.
Later tonight, I hope, if that's not inconvenient.
Tonight?
Yeah, I was just hoping you'd do a bit of babysitting for us. I mean, That's if you've nothing better to do. But honestly, if I don't get out of these four walls for a few hours, I think I'm going to go off my trolley.
I'd love to.
Right, shall we say about 8 o'clock then?
Right. Thanks. Very much.
Age before beauty.
Pearls before swine. Well, it's the last of the dustbin men and his worst half.
It's getting so they'll let anybody in here.
They must do without you lot in.
Can I get you happy people anything, like a couple of Tommy guns or the odd club with some 6-inch nails in?
Don't put good ideas into me head.
I'll have a light ale on my husband.
After us, you will.
I suppose you aren't old enough to be in here, are you? Because nobody'd know it from what comes out every time you open that gob of yours.
Oh, what a command of the English language she's got. Do you know she's going a lecture tour next year? Round Warrington.
Hey, watch it now.
Don't you threaten her. And I'm telling you two something. Next time you think of pulling a trick like that, take my advice and forget it.
Oh, give over. You're frightening me to death.
I bet you do that to yourself every morning, don't you, Hilda? When you look in the mirror.
I'm warning you.
Hey, and I'm warning you lot and all. It's a flaming pub, this, not a flipping cattery. If Mrs. Walker was here, be out that door, your feet wouldn't touch. Just wrap it, will you?
3 loving cups, was it?
And a light bottle for my wife.
After you've given us 2 grapefruit juices and a dry sherry, please.
Tell you what, Fred. You see to the Three Stooges. I'll see to Tom and Jerry. It's not a barmaid. They need is a flaming referee.
You don't understand women, period, mate, if that's the way you go proposing to them. I mean, how did you propose to your first wife? Go down on your bended knee and ask her to share the rhetoric?
Well, I was younger then, wasn't I?
What the hell's age got to do with it? Shall I tell you something about women? I mean, there's a lot of cobblers talked about them nowadays. You know?
aye.
Yeah, I mean, they crack on they want to be equal to fellas, but they're really as soft as me pocket underneath it all. I mean, they're all just incurable romantics.
So what do you want me to do? Go down there and sing Moonlight Becomes You or something?
Well, no, I don't advise that, because you haven't got ears like Bing Crosby, have you? But there's a way of doing things, isn't there? I mean, what were you doing with her last night, proposing to the woman, for heaven's sake? Or asking her for a pay rise? You see, this is something big. It's a big moment in a woman's life. She'll remember it long after you've forgotten. So make it one.
Oh, Reenie's not like that. She won't go for all that stuff.
Join the real world, will you, mate? The Reenies of this world go for it like a bomb. They always have done.
Anyway, it's water under the bridge now. Look, she said she's changed her mind, so that's it.
So go scooping down there, do your Errol Flynn bit and make damn sure she changes it back.
Oh, I don't know. No, it's too late.
Is it hell too late? It's never too late. If I can go halfway across the world chasing my little Rita, you can walk down the road and have a go at her, can't you?
I don't know what to say to her, though.
Well, just open your mouth and let it all come out. Instead, that sailor boyfriend of hers is going to come back and marry her on the rebound, you know.
Yeah, hey, I could have a go, couldn't I?
Yeah. Oh, come on now. Don't be a wet blanket.
All right, I'll do the best I can.
Not like you, Len Fairclough.
What?
Playing Cupid.
Were your ears wagging then?
No, you was talking loud.
Hey,
What?
how do you think I did?
Not bad, actually.
Can you have a word with me?
Yes, come in. I was just cashing up.
Oh, yeah. Look, about yesterday, I made a right pig's ear of it, didn't I? You see, I'm not much of a one with words. Well, not them sort of words, anyway. And, well, I suppose when you know, you got feelings for somebody, I mean, deep feelings, like I have for you, you think it's obvious. And I'm doing it again, aren't I? Making another pig's ear of it.
No.
I thought you knew, you see.
I didn't know. I just wanted you to tell me.
I love you, Reenie.
I know you do.
Where's my mittens?
How the heck do I know where your mittens are? Look for them.
I have done. Somebody's moved them.
Well, it wasn't me. Look again.
They should be in my shoes. I put my socks in one shoe and mittens in the other. They're not there.
Come here.
What?
Come here. Mind they don't bite you.
How'd they get there?
Well, Well, they walk, didn't they? If they spend half their life in your flipping shoes, I'm not surprised. Now get them off my table.
Well, who put them there?
Well, you did, you big lump. Oh, look, Stan, I've got more to think about than your flaming woolly mittens. You do know where I'm going today?
Of course I do.
I mean, has it dawned on you yet that first thing after dinner, I've got to be down at that arbitration place arguing the toss with her next door?
I said yes.
And does it enter your thick head that what I need today is a bit of help, not flipping hindrance?
Well, I'll do anything. What do you want me to do?
Right, go back to bed, get out of my sight.
Oh. Don't you think you should take your curlers out? Just a thought, you know. And don't you think you'd sort of smarten up a bit, you know? Do you think?
You mean... Hey, you might just have something there, Stan. I suppose even you're entitled to one bright idea every Preston Guild.
Yeah.
That's what they say, isn't it? To them what hath shall be given. So you have to look like one of them what hath. Well done, Stanley. You can side that table.
Ta.
There you are, love. I've sugared.
Ta. Well, sit down then.
Oh, no. Every time I do, shot bell goes.
Has Elsie been in this morning?
No, but Gail was in earlier. She says it's like Idi Amin in a black mood.
Poor Elder. Still, it's always poor Elder, isn't it?
Do you know, I don't know what this world's coming to. Everywhere you look, it's aggravation.
I know. Where are you going for your honeymoon?
Oh, very funny.
No, go on. Where are you going?
I don't know. We haven't fixed a date yet.
Take a tip from me. Get the honeymoon in first before out goes wrong. You might decide you don't want to spend a lifetime like that. So when you get back from your fortnight of so-called ecstasy, you just cancel ceremony.
Fortnight? You must be joking.
Really, do sit down. You make me feel nervous.
I mean, I'm tied to this place, aren't I? Lucky if we get a weekend in.
I'll leave him behind to look after it and go on your own. Hey, better still, I'll go with you. I'll pack my gownless evening straps, and before that dust settles, we'll have a couple of commercials catering to our every whim.
Oh, what did I tell you?
Oh, isn't he nice?
What are you, love?
Ah, so I see. Hello, Bet.
Bless him. Did you see the disappointment flicker across his face when he realised you weren't by yourself?
Oh, well, that's soon remedied. On your way, Lynch.
You cheeky devil. Go on. Give your fiancé a big kiss.
Well, no.
Go on, you mean devil.
Oh, go on, then.
Hello, love.
Ooh. Move over, Ally McGraw. This is how you do it.
You are?
Al, darling, I've been counting the minutes since last night. Just you and me, and that cat rooting in the dustbins. Come to me. No, I've got to stop it, because you'll start wanting me instead of Eno. It's not right, I'm sorry. You're my best friend.
Is it worth it, love?
I'm beginning to wonder.
To better be, I want something to laugh at. Have you got out in writing?
Oh, that reminds me. We're going for the ring at dinner time.
Yeah, no, I've made it arranged.
Ah.
No, there's no need to go out. I can show you my mail order catalogue. There's some beautiful diamond solitaires, just like pigeon's eggs set in platinum. 15 quid.
Thanks very much. No, pick me up about one.
OK, look, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. You haven't looked at cards. They came this morning.
Who said that? Oh, Ivy. Oh, Betty, bless her.
Ah.
Sammy, give her a rest. What's that one? Get well soon? I know you must be mad, but they can cure out these days. Who sent that one?
Who do you think?
Well, you've got to laugh, haven't you?
Where's Alquawain, UAE?
Come again.
Where's Alquawain, UAE?
Ask me another.
All right. Where's Lesotho? What are you doing? There's all these places you can dial direct. Look, do you realise if I dial 010-8525, I can speak to one of my many friends in Hong Kong.
Which you haven't got.
Which I haven't got. Look, there's all sorts. Japan, India, Los Angeles. Can I speak to Mr. Steve Austin, please? This is a very old bionic friend of his.
May I speak to Monsieur Roger Florio, please? It is, Luke. Lyon, France. 010-3378. I've got the rest of his number in my bag.
But we can't.
Look, I've thought of now. Tales. What did he say when he came over? Any time you wish to get in touch with me, I'll be waiting.
But it's not our phone.
You never know.
He will when he gets the bill.
It's dead cheap, Luke. Charge band 1, France. 9.60 seconds for 3 pence. You can say an heck of a lot in 9.60 seconds. I mean, think of that fella on the telly when the second hand's going round. He tells you thousands of things before Alistair Burnett comes on.
Well, I still don't like it.
Yeah, but you're not that fond of breathing, are you?
Hello, lovey.
Hello. Hope I'm not too early for Mrs. Walker.
Shouldn't think so, love. Not 5 minutes since she said if it hadn't have been for you, she'd have been looking forward to a solitary lunch. She couldn't bear the thought of that. Come on through, love.
I brought a couple of cream slices.
Oh, hey, you naughty girl.
Will you have a minute, Betty?
Yes.
Large scotch in there, please.
Right.
And you having another?
Oh, no, thanks. I've got to keep my head clear for this afternoon.
What's all that?
I knew it. I told you not half an hour since. I've got to go to this small claims arbitration thingamy-bob for me epic battle with Hilda Ogden.
Oh, yeah, in Manchester. Well, good luck.
Yeah. I'll go and settle the girls down first, though.
Yeah, and tell young Steve to keep an eye on the factory floor, will you? By the time he got used to active service.
God help him.
Yeah, you're right there. Fancy game of darts?
Cheeky devil.
She never said no.
Well, she didn't have to, did she?
2 halves of Dutch courage, is it, Hilda?
I don't need no Dutch courage.
A pint and a live bottle. Look, why don't you get dressed up? You know, put your best clothes on.
My best clothes? You mean them I've only had 10 years?
Well, you got a new raincoat.
Oh, I'd look a right one, wouldn't I, going down to the court in my raincoat and naught else? And for your information, Stanley, this raincoat's over a year old.
Only trying to help.
Yeah, well, just shut up, Chuck. You've had this year's idea. Don't push your luck.
Why don't you borrow something?
What do you think I'm here for?
We'll try another one, shall we?
Yeah, that's him again, thanks.
Hello.
Hello, Hilda. Nice to see you.
Oh, thank you very much. I was just wondering if I could presume on your generosity again. Is there any chance of borrowing your black coat? You know, the one with the fur collar, just for the afternoon. Only, I know you're a very fair-minded person, and, you see, she'll be going dressed up like a dog's dinner, and I'll be, well, you know.
Oh, this court thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can manage that. Give us 1/4 of an hour and I'll nip round with it.
Oh, Ta.
Fancy a pair of earrings as well?
Oh, I say.
Right, it's on.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
See you later. Very good of you.
I thought you told me you were ashamed of being seen out with him.
Oh, shut up. Where's her ladyship?
Caught for this. Miss Bradshaw, how delightful to see you together so soon after your happy news. You really must have a sherry with me.
That would be terribly kind of you.
You know, you really have captured our imagination. But then these autumn romances always do, don't they?
Well, of course you could put it like that, but I've always thought of myself more as, late summer.
You must be flaming joking.
Right, let's get that phone.
Susie, you mustn't.
It's a perk of the job.
It's no such thing.
All right, it's what will improve the morale of the staff. Does that suit you?
Suppose Mike comes in.
You say, hello, Mike. How nice to see you, very loudly, and I use my common sense, which is what you seem incapable of doing.
Well, it's just that you never seem to get into trouble on your own. You always drag me in with you.
Well, we're pals. Oh, bonjour. May I speak to Monsieur Roger Florio, please? It were a woman. She said, "Oh, moment, s'il vous plaît." Hello, Roger. It's Susie.
Susie?
Susie from England, you know, when you were over.
Ah, Susie, you're in France.
No, I'm at home, but me and Gail were talking about you, so I thought, why not ring him? So I did.
And Gail is with you now. You're both together.
Yeah, do you want to talk to her? Hurry up, you're on guard.
Hello, Roger.
Hello, Gail. This is wonderful. You sound delicious.
He says I sound delicious.
I know, I heard him. It means both of us.
Look, I'll have to go. It's lovely hearing you.
Yes, I kiss you. Bye.
Hurry up. Hello, Roger, it's me back again. Hey, now tell me what's been happening to you.
Well, what do you want to know?
Everything.
You want to get on the right side of the jury, you know. Smile at them.
Look, Stan, I know you've had plenty of experience, but it's not one of them sort of courts. I'm not a criminal, you know. Just an ordinary human being trying to stand up for my rights.
I will smile at whoever's there, like, you know.
Well, I'm not going to kick him on the shins, am I?
No.
Hey, go and fetch us my purple coat.
Thought you were going to borrow something.
Yeah, so did I, but she's not here, is she? Get us my purple coat. Oh, and that square tin I keep in my top drawer with my brooches in. Might have to cover a few moth holes up.
Aye, all right.
Oh, yeah, I'm in here.
Bless you. It's the least I can do. Come on, give us your arms. There we are.
Oh, why, doesn't it feel lovely?
And the hat.
Honest?
Of course, honest.
Sir?
Go on.
Hey. Oh.
Excuse me, have you seen my wife?
You what?
My wife, I left her down here a few minutes ago.
It's me, you daft devil.
It's never.
Didn't you know, honest?
Well, of course I did. One scene never forgotten.
Oh, what'd you have to go and say that for?
Well, it's the truth, isn't it?
Oh, Stan, I despair, honest. You can't even tell a decent lie.
Which is more than we can say about you, Hilda. I hope.
Too true. Hey, did you say something about earrings?
Oh, I did that. Here we are.
Oh, hey, look, Stan. Oh.
How many drinks do you reckon you served in here?
Do you mean to the nearest million?
It's a heck of a lot, isn't it?
Why? What do you want to know for all of a sudden?
I was just thinking.
Don't, love. It'll only end in tears. As my grey-haired old granddad used to say, if you're thinking of thinking, think again.
Did you have a grey-haired granddad?
I don't know. I could have had.
Did you know any of your grandparents?
I hardly knew my dad. What's up with you?
It's funny, isn't it? How different lives can be. I mean, there's me and you, both here, both serving pipes all day long. We're a very close-knit family, you know. Very strict and all. True, you daren't touch your knife and fork before you said grace. Church, every Sunday morning, rain or shine, there was me, Aunt Maggie, my mum, my dad, my grandma and my granddad Preston. All of us, all in the line, all dressed in as best. Prayers every night before we went to bed.
And here's you, a scarlet barmaid, letting all them churchgoers down.
They're all dead now. You know, bar Aunt Maggie, of course.
It makes no difference, love. Deader they are, the more you worry about them.
You can hear me grandma now. Get yourself a job, lovey. Get yourself independent. I always wanted to work in an office, you know, all clean and nice, you know. There's a woman in our street worked in an office. Every morning she went to work in a little black suit and a white chiffon blouse, and a little black plush hat and black patent shoes. Oh, do you know? She looked lovely. She worked for a bus company.
There's glamour for you.
Not fair, is it? 4 rotten jobs in my lifetime. Hard castles, munitions, serving canteen dinners. And here.
You had another job there, looking after your Cyril. That weren't wrong.
No.
Do I have to wear a little bell round my neck?
You can have these in a minute.
No, mate, I wondered if you knew anybody who served beer around here.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, be blowed. You don't have to apologise to riff-raff like these. Listen, when you and Loverboy up there can have as intelligent a conversation as me and her have just had, you can come in here shouting the odds. What the heck were you talking about?
Well, you know when you were over, you were talking about holidays.
Yes, I went to Savoy, you know, for the skiing.
Oh, yeah, very nice, but I wasn't talking about you. You were talking about me and Gail coming up.
You've been on that phone quarter of an hour.
I haven't.
You have, I tell you.
Only be a minute. Hello, Roger, you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Well, like I was saying, when you were here... Oh, hello, Mike. Well, I'm very sorry, madam. You did leave with the right size, so if you bring them back, I'll try and change, but I can't promise anything.
Hello, Susie.
Bit rough on them, aren't you?
Oh, you have to be.
Do you know if young Steve got that message about this afternoon?
We haven't seen him since first thing.
That does surprise me. I thought he spent all his spare time here.
Oh, he does have a life of his own, you know. I mean, we've all got our secrets.
Now, you've got it, haven't you? Don't let them come the old acid with you. They're as cute as a barrel load of monkeys over there.
Oh, don't worry.
And watch that Vera, and if she asks for an hour off because of grandmother's, they'll give her the old heave-ho. She's buried 4 grandmothers to my certain knowledge.
4? You're only supposed to have 2.
Now it's catching on.
Oh, quick. I don't suppose they'd...
Oh, no.
It's all right, you come in the oh no.
Look what they did to you know who.
Oh, yeah, I know, but they stopped all that when his mother threatened to report them to the police.
Elsie, they would do it to a copper.
No, they wouldn't, I know.
Wouldn't what?
Oh, that's all right, lad.
It's past history. Well, last year, any Rod.
Yeah. Don't you think you better be getting back over there because they'll be coming back from lunch by now?
Oh, yeah. Well, good luck, Mrs. Howard.
Right, how's that for bravery? Him wishing you luck.
See you, lad.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not so sure you are right.
Oh, I am, I know I am.
How can you be so sure when you haven't got the faintest idea what we're talking about?
Have you?
No, I've spoken about it.
Oh, you rotten devils. Poor lad will be on pins for the afternoon.
It serves him right.
What for?
He's a fellow. What more do you need?
Oh.
All ready for the fray?
Oh, yes, as ready as I'll ever be.
Well, I don't like being a Job's comforter, but if I were you, I'd prepare myself for a defeat.
I'm not quite sure I'm with you.
Well, you know what they say, from each according to the means. And there can't be many people with fewer means than the Ogdens.
I'm still not quite sure I get your drift.
Well, nowadays, if one gives the impression of having a little money, the rest of the world seems bent on taking it away from you. That, I'm afraid, is the modern philosophy. Take from those who've worked hard for their living and give it to the feckless. Still, hope it all turns out for the best.
So do I.
Oh, good morning, Councillor. Morning, Mr. Anderson.
Good morning.
Morning. Could we see some engagement rings?
Engagement rings? Certainly. Well, we've got a very wide stock. Did you have any particular price range in mind?
About medium.
Yeah, medium. Right.
Nice shop.
Aye, well, but it's worth a bob or two.
Oh, thank you.
There we are. I do have a couple more trays, but they're in the window at the back. I won't be a minute.
Ah. Oh, that's the one you liked, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, it's lovely. Heavens above.
What's the matter?
I mean, look at the price.
Well, that's all right.
I know, but I don't want to pay as much as that.
Look, if you like it, have it. I mean, I don't do this every day of the week, you know.
I know, but even so.
Do you like this one?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Well, that's the one you're having.
Oh, well, thanks.
There we are.
I think we've made our minds up, thank you.
Oh, good.
Hey, don't sit down yet.
Why not?
Well, we've not been told.
I've no detailing. Sit down. I know what a chair's for. Hey, this is all right, isn't it, eh? Plate payers money. You and me have paid for this, I'll tell you.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Stanley.
I do.
Oh, please sit down. Mrs.
Ogden, Mr. and Mrs. Stanley Ogden.
I'm Mrs. Taylor. You managed to find us all right, then?
Oh, yes, eventually. We thought it was near Magistrates Court.
I know where that is. I've been down there a few times, you know.
It doesn't count. I had to cut him off. If you hadn't, I would. You were on that phone for 20 minutes.
Ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. 20 minutes on the phone to France and somebody else's phone.
Well, you don't think it'd be daft enough to do it on my own phone, do you? All right, forget I said that. What about that new boutique down Manchester Road?
What about it?
You know, what about it? What did Sandra Cartwright say? They have a window dresser every week. Who does it here? Muggins. So I'm spending some of the money that Mike Bowden is saving. Oh, and who was it spent 2 hours last night arguing against violence? Who was it said there's nothing in the world can't be sorted out by talking? Well, if you take your hand off, I can talk to Roger.
Get a shot.
Gail, if I can't have a bit of fun in life, it's not worth living any road. Hello, Roger. It's Susie again from England.
Ah, Susie, what happened?
Oh, well, I think we must have got cross-lined, you see, because we've extended here now. We've got more than one telephone. So I think our operator must have, well, pressed the wrong button or something. You were talking about holidays.
Yes. I was saying I went to the winter sport, you know, for the skiing. It was very nice. You must come with me sometime.
When?
Oh, in the winter is best.
Yeah, but this winter, next winter,
Hello,
what?
Mike. Oh, I'm very sorry, madam. If you bring the goods back, I'll try and exchange, but I can't make any promises. Right. Fine. Goodbye.
Do you ever get the feeling you've been here before? Getting a lot of complaints lately, ain't you?
Well, it's not our fault they walk out of the wrong sizes.
Yeah. Now, look, these invoices. Now, when the stuff's delivered, don't just tick them off, check them, all right?
Yes, Mike.
God.
Hey, guess what he said?
He said, check the invoices.
Not Mike, Roger. He's invited us over for the winter holidays any time.
Like July?
Don't joke. Nothing is beyond the bounds of possibility. Now, we've to sort out a fella for you.
I'm quite capable of taking a fellow with me.
An Englishman? You can't take an Englishman to France.
Why not? Some Englishmen are very romantic.
Oh, Alf. We should stop saying, oh, Alf.
It's the only thing I can think of saying.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's not a customer. Won't buy anything from this place, I'll be here.
Oh, put them lights out. Heavens to Betsy, where did you pinch that from?
Just a little thing my fiancé bought me today.
Kid, you've cracked it. You can change your mind any time you like now. Just let him try getting that back.
Well, you better not change your mind.
Did you hear that? He's going to turn out to be one of them brutal husbands. Chuck him.
Oh, not when I can get more, no. No.
Oh. You got a good one.
Oh, hello. Was nobody in? Oh, I say. How lovely.
Thanks, Emily.
I hear he's got a bob or two left to buy us all a drink later. Am I right?
I'd be very happy to, yeah. I'll tell you what, you come round here about, what, 8 o'clock tonight, and that'll be before the professional tipplers get here.
Well, I'm sure we'd all like to wish you every happiness. I'd be delighted to come.
Oh, great.
Would you sit there, Mrs. Howard? Mr. Franklin, the arbitrator, will be here in a moment.
You're looking very smart, Hilda, as usual. I hadn't realised it was a dressed-up do.
Yes, I wonder who'll be the winner. Classic Coronation Street is in session again at the same time tomorrow. Next tonight, the sensitive subject of mercy killing needs the gentle touch. See you in just a moment.